rookie Jed Jerko getting ready to lead the Padres against the New York Mets. Jed hitting .429, couple of home runs, couple of RBIs in his last 6 games. Saturday Night Baseball, we are getting you ready for action on a gorgeous evening. This is Game 3 of a 4-game set between the Padres and the Mets. Should be a fun one, lots to talk about. Inside the booth, alongside Mark Grant, the Hall of Famer, Tony Gwynn, I'm Mike Pomeranz, and once again for Dick Enberg. So, a lot of baseball to be played. Still a chance for the Padres to take 2, split this series. Going to fall to Edinson Volquez, who we're going to get to in just a couple of moments. But Will Venable, in the meantime, is providing what offense there has been now on a 13-game hitting streak, Tony.
Yeah, he really has. And the thing that you notice right away is he's kind of got a game plan. He's sticking to it. He's moving the ball around, and this year sitting with a little bit more power, and I think sticking to the game plan gives him a little bit more consistency. You see the numbers there, swinging much better against left-handed pitching this year, slugging much better against lefties, and I think when you want to be an everyday outfielder, that's what you have to do. You have to trying to show Buddy Black and Phil Plantier that he can handle the left-handers. This is a good example. He's staying on that breaking ball by a left-hand pitcher, driving it out of the ballpark. The home run he hit last night on Jonathan East, fastball inside, gets to it quickly, sticking to the game plan. And again, that's with these young hitters, that's the biggest thing. If you just stick to it and trust what you do, eventually you're going to start to have some success.
And sometimes it's just a matter of getting some opportunities because this is a day and age of platooning.
Absolutely.
Some coaches quick to go that route, so good for Will Venable for making the most of his opportunities. And another guy making the most of his, Rene Rivera, Mark.
Hey, when you're a backup catcher, it's all about opportunity, and it takes a special cat to be in that backup catcher position. So, especial gato. Rene Rivera throwing out 2 runners, solid defense. When he gets the call, he's going to be prepared. I talked to Darren Balsley, Buddy Black. They like what he has to offer when he gets that call. Ever since he's been here, he's been a cheerleader. He is prepared. And you know what, quite frankly, I love stories like Rene Rivera when they come up to the big leagues. Been with other teams before, but last night was his time to shine. And you know what? Good for Rene Rivera.
Well, Rene will be on the bench tonight because Nick Hundley is back. Had a baby with his lovely wife, Amy. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Kelly Crawl. And she spoke with Nick about all that has changed in his new world.
3 of a 4-game set against the Mets tonight. Nick Hundley back behind the plate after he and his wife Amy welcomed in their first child, a beautiful, healthy baby girl, on Thursday afternoon. They've named her Allison Lucille. And Allison, not one of the original names they had picked out, but Nick said after holding her, looking at her, Allison just made sense. And he talks about in our Geico quote of the game, the last 2 magical days.
It's been a wild ride. It feels like, you know, the 2 days have been like a minute. You know, time just flies. You get lost looking at her, you know, just seeing how great Amy did. I'm so proud of her, how to watch what she goes through and to battle through it and give birth to a child. It was inspiring to see her do that, and then just a true blessing for us.
Nick and Amy went old school, keeping the gender of the baby a secret until that day. And Nick said he was the one who got to hold her up to the delivery room and his family and say, "We have a baby girl." Such a special moment for the Hundley family. And Nick behind the plate tonight for Edinson Volquez, who's looking to rebound here tonight at Petco Park. First pitch will be right after the break. We'll see you then.
What a throw! And gone. Nice catch. Oh, we've got an absolutely stunning evening for baseball. So glad you're with us on this Saturday. It is Game 3 between the San Diego Padres and the New York Mets. The Mets took the first 2 games of this series, and it's Mark Grant, the Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn. I'm Mike Pomerantz. Kelly Kroll down by the dugout. Dick Enberg with the day off. We'll check out the Mets starting lineup, brought to you by Hyundai this evening. Eric Young Jr. will lead off in left field. Daniel Murphy at second base. Marlon Byrd, Ike Davis, Wilmer Flores, the rookie, and Travis d'Arnaud will catch. He's making his major league debut, one of the top-rated prospects in all of baseball. Juan Lagares is in center field. Omar Quintanilla is the shortstop, and Henry Mejia will pitch for New York, Mark.
And the scouting report for right-hander Edinson Volquez, we all know this. When he's on, watch out. Electric stuff. So the question is, will he be? Scouting report brought to you by Jaguar of San Diego.
Well, for Edinson, 8-10 with a 5.8 ERA as we check out the Padres defense, brought to you by Aramco Mortgage. Jeff Decker gets the start in left field. Will Venable back at his post in center. Kristen Orphy is in right. Around the horn, Chase Headley is going to get the day off, and he'll be available to Buddy Black off the bench. So Logan Forsythe will start. Alexi Amarista is the shortstop. Jed Jerko at second base. Yonder Alonso at first. Nick Hundley, the new dad, is catching. And Edinson Volquez is on the mound. So Buddy Black said before the game today that Chase Headley just need a little time, maybe a day off mentally, give himself a break, regroup, and reset.
Tony, what's that like?
I don't know.
That's why I asked.
I wanted to play every day. I hated days off. But I would think that, when you're struggling a little bit, it's kind of nice to, not take VP and just take a day off and kind of refocus and regroup. Kind of watch others do it for a day. Sorry, bud.
Like? I don't know. Your off days were the scheduled off days on the calendar.
Me and Vogt used to fight about off days all the time.
Eric Young, Daniel Murphy, Marlon Byrd to face Edinson Volquez. We're underway. Mark Carlson behind the plate. Strike one is his call to Young. First base, Jerry Davis. He's the crew chief. Second base, Dan Iasonia. And Brian Knight is at third this evening.
How about a nice quick inning where Edinson Volquez can throw 12 or fewer pitches?
Great if he could establish that rhythm early.
13 maybe.
Left center field. Here is Decker. One away.
I think for Volquez, if he could just get the opposition to swing the bat. If he's pounding the strike zone and guys are up there swinging a bat, trying to make something happen, then he can have some really efficient innings.
And the amazing thing, guys, when we've talked about this, everything out of his hand moves.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. If he can just harness that control and go right after the hitters, take your chances, pound the zone with the fastball. Look at that. 93, 95 right out of the gate.
Well, Daniel Murphy, 2 for 8 in the series, had himself a home run last night. He comes in at 274, 10 home runs overall. And he'll shoot this ball to left field. Decker on the run. And Brian Knight waves it off. Just a long strike. 0-2.
Hey, good hustle by the third base umpire. Did you see him hustle down the line there to get a good look on that bounce? Sometimes umpires just don't get enough love. You got to realize they're humans too, right? They've got feelings. He did a fine job of running down the line to get a good look.
When it left the bat, I thought it was going to stay fair.
Yeah, it looked like it might go on the fair side of the chalk, but it is 0-2 now to Murphy.
Curveball in the dirt here. Get it down.
Got him. Not wasting any pitches there. Volquez gets Murphy.
Did you see what Nick Hundley did there? He actually laid his glove on the ground prior to that pitch, indicating to Volquez, I want you to over-exaggerate. I want you to get out in front, up on top, and bounce that thing. Swing and a miss.
So Murphy's gone. It'll bring up Marlon Byrd.
Perfect pitch.
Byrd 4 for 8 with a home run in this series. Team leader with 19 home runs. Driven in 6 over his last 3 games. Prior to that, he didn't have an RBI in 13 games prior. So he's awakening. Hopefully Edinson will quiet him down. Volquez 6 starts against the Mets in his career and has yet to win one. He's 0-5.
That's nasty at 94.
Early on, he looked sharp. He's keeping the ball down. Basically putting the ball where he wants to put it.
And Southland Technology, sponsoring Foxtrack, you can see he's really concentrating to Byrd, who swings the bat well, keeping it down in the zone.
Byrd out to left field. Decker, hard run, but a nice play on the easy gallop. So Jeff Decker gets it done in 10 pitches for Edinson Volquez. San Diego County Lexus dealer inviting you to test drive a luxurious Lexus automobile today. And by Petco, where the healthy pets go. Also by Farmers Insurance. Contact your local agent at 888-96-FARMERS. Stunning Saturday evening. Game 3 of this 4-game series between the Padres and the Mets. Let's check out the Padres starting lineup tonight, brought to you by Toyota. Will Venable will lead off, play center field. Alexi Amarista getting the start at shortstop. Yonder Alonso will hit third at first base. Jed Jerko, Kristen Orfia, Logan Forsythe gets the start at third, so Chase Headley has the evening off, as we mentioned. Jeff Decker in left field, Nick Hundley, and Edinson Volquez.
And the scouting report for Henry Mejia, everything's hot. He's got a live arm. The slider is the one pitch that's in the high 80s, maybe 86, 87 on that slider. So for Mejia, fastball, slider, curveball, change. He likes to throw it. He likes to get it and go.
.89 miles an hour away to Venable. 1 ball. Venable, 13-game hitting streak, the longest active hitting streak in all of baseball, and certainly the longest of his career. He's 2 for 9 in the series, had a home run last night.
Hey, good changeup from Mejia right there.
Young guy, Mejia, 23. Came up in 2010. Had Tommy John surgery in 2011. And Venable wraps this ball to Omar Quintanilla. Long throw. Safe at first base. Will Venable.
Sorry, I just blurted that out. I mean, when Quintanilla took 2 steps, watch him 2 steps backwards for the outfield grab. You're not going to throw out Will Venable. He's in the outfield grass, and even though it's a strong throw, he clearly beats that out.
I was thinking right along with you, Tony. Head down. He doesn't even flash look. No need to. He's got his eye on the prize there, a base knock.
So that's 14 games now for Will. His hitting streak still alive. Lexi Amarista, he'll be followed by Yonder Alonso. The numbers on Amarista in 109 games, 254, 5 home runs.
This could be exactly what you want. You know, Venable gets on, looking like he wants to run a little bit. You got Amarista at the plate.
tell the Mets, thinking there might be something going as they'll flip one over to first. And a ball, no strikes. So Mejia obviously wants to throw a strike, get himself back in the count. Be interesting to see what, if anything, the Padres do here. There goes Will. The throw down from d'Arnaud. Nowhere close, and Venables in with his 14th stolen base of the season.
I was just going to say, Padres going to test that arm of d'Arnaud in a good jump.
What a great jump. And he had to have a great jump because d'Arnaud's throw is right on the bag.
And it had some fuzz on it, too.
And it did.
Yeah, good arm right there. Ooh, very
just
close.
Got that hand in there.
100th career stolen base for Will. So Alexi Amarista has a chance to drive in a run. Be sure nice to see the Padres get on the board early and address this pressing issue of hitting with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, first inning run would be nice.
d'Arnaud back there going to get tested early. As you mentioned, Will Venable goes just to check him out. 24 years old, first day in the big leagues. He was the big piece of that trade which sent R.A. Dickey to Toronto. And in return, the Mets got d'Arnaud.
Again, it's just about execution here. Just sure the swing, put the ball in play. And make the defense get you out.
Here's the full count pitch from Mejia.
You know, it looks like Mejia, Tony's got a little cut on that fastball. That fastball's cutting a little bit.
Backdoored that cutter.
This last pitch, watch when he gets out in front, kind of, well, just a little bit.
Interesting to see what type of approach Amarista has here at the plate now, full count. You know, the club's been working on him to shorten that swing a bit. Ball bounced to second. Daniel Murphy. But Amarista is able to move Venable over to third. And there is one down. Here's the Mets defense brought to you by Hyundai this evening. Eric Young Jr. in left field. Juan Lagares, another rookie, in center. Marlon Byrd, a veteran, in right. Wilmer Flores, a rookie at third base. Omar Quintanilla, the shortstop. Daniel Murphy, Ike Davis around the horn. And as we mentioned, Travis d'Arnaud is catching Henry Mejia. So Amarista bounces to second. It gets Will Venable over to third with one out. Chance for the Padres to get one on the board. Here's Yonder Alonso.
We're talking about execution and doing the job. Watch the bench as Amarista comes back. A line of guys ready to high five him. Hey, way to do your job. Way to get him over. That's kind of how you get out of this. Everybody's got to be on the same page. And again, I know it's been talked about down there, and you know, guys are sick of us asking questions about what's going on, and so it just boils down to execution. Now there's got the infield back right here. Ground ball, pretty much any position the run's going to score.
Yonder's 2 for 6 in this series. He is the club's leading hitter at .293.
Guys, it will be interesting to see Mejia when he throws that breaking ball. How many are going to be legitimate called strikes? That was a good take by Alonso. Now the count is favored 2-0. Breaking ball in the dirt, not a strike. So can he throw that ball? Can he throw that pitch for a called strike?
Cut that fastball on the outside corner, and again, it's the pitchers aren't just going to lay it in there. Man on third, one out. Left-hand hitter hitting. He might not give in to Alonso right here. He might just put him on, try to get a double play.
So Alonso draws the first walk issued by Mejia. And the Padres have runners at first and third now.
It could have been somewhat of a pitch around there, you think?
Around? Yep. That's exactly what I think it was.
A couple of young guys out there chatting about it too, and d'Arnaud, who's 24, Mejia just 23. Hopefully d'Arnaud told him, groove the fastball.
Yeah.
Here's Jed Jerko.
I'd like to see maybe a fastball in, middle in, turn on it, and take your chances.
Cut piece.
Yep.
Defense pretty much straight away. Shaded just a bit toward right.
Looks like a number 3 put down by d'Arnaud. See if it's a slider here. Well, he likes it. Well, that's about, belt buckle high, thigh high, right?
Yep.
Inside, outside, and down the middle.
See, normally in these situations right here, RBI situations, not going to be in the red. That's usually going to be in the white. They're going to go up the ladder and try to get you to chase up and down in the zone.
He grabs a corner there as Chris Tenorfia waits his turn. He'll follow Jed. Jerko with a little bit of sock too. 12 home runs, second among major league rookies. Only Evan Gattis has more. And he'll get Jed Jerko here.
Well, the word travels quickly when a hitter has difficulty with one certain pitch. That's like a backup slider before he calls strike. Another breaky ball, missing down and in. There's it. Look at breaky ball, breaky ball, breaky ball. He stayed with it down and away on the 4th pitch. Got the feel for it, the release point, and that's exactly where he wanted it. d'Arnaud was set up outside to hit his target nicely.
Here's Chris Tenorfia, 273 in 108 games. 3 straight multi-hit games. And gentlemen, he's a .333 hitter with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Mejia ahead 0-1. Mejia up now at 21 pitches. This is his 3rd appearance against San Diego, but it's his first start. Shoots it past the diving Ike Davis, and Chris Tenorfia with 2 outs and runners in scoring position delivers. Will Venable puts the Padres up 1-0.
Again, more times than not, RBI situations, you're going to have to be willing to hit the ball the other way. That's a slider, middle of the plate. Then try to pull it, goes the other way with it, gets it past Ike Davis, gets the job done. And that's a big relief for the Padres to get a lead, get some execution going. They've done a good job executing in this inning.
It's almost like a sigh of relief, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it is, but now you want to keep it going. You want it to continue to build.
Logan Forsythe. Yeah, for the Mets, this is the first time on their 8-game road trip so far that they've surrendered a run before scoring one of their own. So hopefully a little bit of a reversal of fortune here. Padres getting on the board first today.
Hey, welcome to San Diego, Virginia Beach. Did you just? I just noticed d'Arnaud. Did you see him stick that ball? His glove didn't even move on that slider from Mejia. I can tell you right, this kid's a good receiver. Watch his glove. Ooh, look at him snap it, leave it there. Love that.
Strong but soft hands, right? 0-2, 2 outs. Oh, and he ties up Logan. But the Padres are able to pick one up here in the first on a couple of hits by Will Venable and Kristen Orphea.
Here, Fox Sports Live, as Jay Onright and Dan O'Toole are joined by Donovan McNabb, Gary Payton, Andy Roddick, and Carissa Thompson to bring you everything you need to know about the world of sports. Fox Sports Live airs nightly on Fox Sports 1.
Which launched today.
Believe it.
Big doings. Fox Sports 1. Check it out. Highlights, specialty shows, programming.
Deportes Fox Uno.
Nicely done. Ike Davis, Wilmer Flores, Travis d'Arnaud to face Edinson Volquez here in the top of the second inning. Davis 1 for 6 in the series, home run in last night's ball game, when the Mets had back-to-back homers from Marlon Byrd and Ike Davis. Third inning. Game the Mets won 5-2. Hits this ball pretty well to center field. Will Venable back to the track. One down.
Mike, remember you made a good point as we went to break last time. After the top of the first, Edinson Volquez tossed 10 pitches. 10. Good call, left-hander.
A little help from the #1 statistician in all of baseball.
The angry statistician, Mike Trussell.
He's angry, too.
Top of the line. You know what I really appreciate about him, though? Aside from his statistical acumen, he's made a couple of changes to try to induce a rally here. The Padres changed his customary visor, his floral print shirt.
Finally bought some clothes of his own.
It's a nice change. Wilmer Flores. Another one of Terry Collins' young players. A man, though, without a position. Collins looking to fill a void left by the all-star, the perennial all-star, David Wright, with the right hamstring issue. Flores roughed up his ankle in Los Angeles before the Mets came down to San Diego. Feels well enough to play today. Hitting .286 with a home run and 9 RBIs.
You know, you look at the track record of Wilmer Flores. Turned 22 on August 6th, right? And then you look at his bio in 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. All an A ball. Only taste of Double-A last year for 66 games.
He's 22 years old. Here is Amarista on the run. Nice play, 2 down. Let's check in with Kelly Kroll. Kelly?
Well, Travis d'Arnaud stepping up to the plate here, and this is a guy Mets fans have anxiously been awaiting, not only for what we've seen from him behind the plate, but this guy can also hit the ball pretty well. We've seen his numbers in the minors, but guys, I love this story who I heard from one of the broadcasters for the Mets. They say that d'Arnaud spelled with the lowercase d you see on his back, and there are no lowercases made for these jerseys. So what their equipment manager has done is taken a capital P, turned it upside down, and now it's official. Doesn't it look great? I just love that.
It's serviceable. I'm sure he'll want to change.
Yeah. Hey, kudos to the equipment manager.
Clever.
Right? Heads up thinking.
I'm sure he's glad everybody knows now across the country that they're taking the capital P and flipped it upside down.
It'll work. It will work. We mentioned before he was the linchpin as that R.A. Dickey trade went down. So d'Arnaud came over from Toronto. Big deal. And foot injury. Lost much of the season.
Hey, kudos to Kevin Kierst. Kevin, if you're down there in the clubhouse, nicely done taking care of the rookie.
It's the equipment guy.
Yep. The equipment manager for the Mets. His 3rd year.
Wow. Seemed a little unsure was d'Arnaud, but Carlson behind the plate. This is ball 4, so Travis d'Arnaud walks in his first big league plate appearance. With 2 outs, that'll bring up another young player for Terry Collins, Juan Lagares. Collins says he's a 4+ tool player, but to this point hasn't hit what they expected. He hit 254 in 81 games, 4 home runs. Saw him make a nice throw from the outfield in game 1 of this series. They're out Tyson Ross at the plate.
Another youngster, as you mentioned, Mike. A lot of time in A-ball. I mean, it's just amazing to me how many of these young Mets spent, I mean, a handful of years, more than a handful of years, all in A-ball.
Some of the players, right, from Latin American countries who signed at a very young age,
Yep.
a chance to grow and get groomed.
Signed at 16, correct? 17, 16?
I believe it's 16. International signing rules are different. I mean, you could put in 5 years at A-ball, so only be 21 years old.
Yep.
Lagares, 24 now. Spent all of last year in Binghamton at Double-A. Hit 283 there, 4 home runs, 48 runs driven in 130 ball games. Lagares thought for sure that was ball 4, and Mark Carlson. No, young man. 3-1. One more look.
Oh, that's a strike.
Mark Grant, Mark Carlson in agreement. 3-1 on the way. Well, you check out what the Mets have been trying to do, and how many clubs around baseball try to do the same thing and grow from within, make decent draft picks, and then acquire young prospects for big name players when they have to, and try to reload as quickly as possible, Tony.
Yeah, and, you know, with the problems they've had in the outfield this year, it's a golden opportunity to give some of these guys an opportunity to play some big league games and see how they do.
Marlon Byrd there, 35 years old. Certainly the veteran on this club. There goes d'Arnaud. Little number. Amarista going to have to really hurry. He's got a good arm. Not in time. So Lagares is able to leg that one out. That was going to be a tough play all the way for Alexi, even with that good arm.
Volquez got in on Lagares. Again on the dead run. Nice play by Amarista. Gets rid of it. with some steam on it, but just not enough to get Lagares at first.
You know, I was wondering if Logan Forsythe was going to call him off, but it looked like Amarista kind of had the charge on that one. He wasn't going to break stride at all. Nice two-seam fastball in on the hands.
That was a fun matchup of speed as Lagares put the head down, really churning down the first base line, and Amarista always going to give you his best. Nice hustling play, but Lagares beats it out. So the Mets have d'Arnaud at second and Lagares at first for Omar Quintanilla. .226 in 67 games. Had himself a couple of hits in last night's ball game.
So, you know, it's frustrating. We mentioned 10 pitches in the first inning. That was the 20th pitch here in the second for Edinson.
Now Darren Balsley and Buddy Black keep an eye, as always, on that pitch count. Edinson threw 91 pitches his last time out, 107 before that.
If you're consistently challenging the strike zone, these guys are going to be more apt to swing the bat. And as you've seen this inning, when you're missing badly, guys just aren't going to offer.
Quintanilla is an experienced hand, 31 years old. Teammate in college, Houston Street, the University of Texas. National championship team.
Hook 'em horns.
.22 pitches for Volquez in this inning, 14 of them though balls. Padres lead 1-0.
You know, guys, we've talked about many times the mechanics of Edinson Volquez, and there's so many moving parts because I would kind of classify it as a semi-violent delivery, because he kind of spikes the ball violently out of his glove, right? And then when he strides, long stride, and then that front side kind of tries to whip open a little bit, the head leaks, and then therefore, in the end result, what's off most of the time? It's the release point,
sure.
Right? And Darren Balsley has worked with him diligently, and he says he throws great bullpens. He dots the outside corner, throws the curveball for strikes. You know, you get down there in the game, for some guys it's a different story.
Slap foul into the seats. Nice crowd on hand tonight. Padres expected a good one. And the crowd delivering on Scripps Health Night. Flip-flops to give away today.
Yeah, this is the one game of the year where you come barefoot to the ball yard and you get your flip-flops.
25,000 pairs are out there. Get them in your size?
They don't make it big enough.
Full count, 2 outs. There go the runners. And Quintanilla draws a walk.
Went with the changeup, full count. Here's the delivery of Volquez. See how he kind of spikes that? You can see a changeup. And Darren Balsley also mentioned when he gets too far below the knee and the head kind of leaking a little bit towards the first base side. And that's what throws off the release point at times.
So a walk to d'Arnaud's at third. An infield hit by Lagares. He's at second. And Omar Quintanilla has walked to load the bases with 2 outs. Here's the pitcher, Henry Mejia. Puts a coin in the slot, takes a rip.
What the heck? Might as well not get cheated.
High chopper. This could be trouble. Volquez going to have to hurry. Does he keep running back? Oh! And yonder Alonso. Nifty footwork. Nice combination play between Volquez and Alonso. Very close. High chopper, barehanded. Nice stretch. Padres lead 1-0.
You know, playing like in championships game is great stuff. I'm so happy for them. Enjoy it. Play hard. Play smart. Enjoy each minute of every day as they go through this. It's great. And the Padres are going to keep an eye on them. We're going to watch these guys. We're going to keep an eye on them. It's good stuff.
Some words of wisdom there from Buddy Black, as he, of course, says he will be keeping an eye on both the Eastlake Little League team and the Tijuana Little League team, who are both participating right now in the Little League World Series. And I know for a fact Eastlake playing tomorrow, guys, at 2 p.m. And just, it's such a great experience, and Buddy actually remembers being on a Little League team that was just, a couple games away from going to the Little League World Series, and he says some of the best memories of my life, and he's certainly rooting both of those teams on.
Hey, Kelly, you know what? Little League, probably some of the most fun times of my life. What a great experience, and I'll tell you what, like Buddy, you want to hear my infield? John Lynch at first, Tim Gasperts at second, Scotty Mason at short, Paul Arling at third, and Mike Menny caught on my Little League team.
Wow, what a roster that was.
And you know what? I still keep I still keep in touch with those guys.
What are they doing for a living now?
One guy's a multimillionaire up in Irvine. One of these guys is selling insurance. Other guy works on the line, Commonwealth Edison back in Joliet and Dad. Climbing poles.
Isn't that interesting to see where everybody goes?
Hey, Buddy, the reason why I say that is because when we had discussions with Buddy, remember he was throwing out names of his Little League teammates back in Washington. Who's a future big leaguer?
I got to work the Little League World Series. That is an awesome event.
Electric, huh?
Unbelievable.
Well, it does fly by, too.
Yeah.
You see the no-hitter that the young man threw for Eastlake yesterday. And that's a story that is going to, not just the trip to Williamsport, but to throw a no-hitter to stay with him for the rest of his life, whether he becomes an insurance salesman or whatever.
Yeah.
Just a wonderful experience.
So that no-hitter by Grant Holman. First no-hitter in Little League World Series play since Sean Burroughs.
That's right.
When he played for the Long Beach team.
So Tijuana and Eastlake moving on. As are we now. Bottom of the second inning, Jeff Decker, Nick Hundley, and Edinson Volquez to face Henry Mejia. Jeff Decker is 1 for 4 in the series, his 8th game. Now with the big club, he rips this ball foul. Well, if you haven't caught Jeff Decker's moment so far in the Sun, we hope the first of many big moments. So his first major league hit, a home run at Colorado with lightning in the background, like a scene from The Natural. Take a look at this. This is on Monday. Beautiful swing. Now watch the lightning flash.
Wow. They got to drop a Roy Hobbs on. That's got to be his nickname, right? Don't you think? Roy? Hey, Hobbs.
Here's Flores. And Decker is the first out. And the Padres second. Lead by 1. Kristen Orphian, RBI single into first. And here's the new Papa, Nick Hundley. Took a few days off for paternity leave. Check out that honeydew list. His lovely wife, Amy.
Oh, it just got a little longer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Nick back. I wonder what that must be like as far as you clear your head of all things baseball for a short amount of time. You got to come step right back in it.
Especially as a catcher.
You know, I'm thinking like Nick said, the adrenaline's pumping, right? I'm sure that off day, was it Thursday? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Padres got an off day Thursday. I'm sure his body will just shut right down after playing and the adrenaline.
Yeah, 3 against Pittsburgh. And Hundley.
Well, you know who that was for?
New daughter.
Runs this ball right back up the middle. He wasn't in the greatest fielding position for it.
You know what? Nick should get that baseball and say, you know what, Allison, when she's what, 6, 8, 10, 12 years, you know what, Daddy, the first day back after you were born, this is the ball I hit up the middle for a single.
I hit 1,000 the day after you were born. Edson Volquez
stabbing at it. Got to let that ball meet the bat. Catch the ball with the bat.
You know, Tony, as many times as we go over that in the instructional, there's still the factor you always talk about. So much easier to just assume it can be done.
I know.
Right?
Right.
When you go in there, I mean, kids practice from a very young age, and then you have to execute this against 95 with movement.
Yep. And he is cutting the fastball, too, so like that, when it starts, looks like it's going to hit you, and all of a sudden it's breaking over the plate.
Well, Flores and Davis just crashing hard at the corners.
Well, he has shown that he's got that confidence in that slider. And I've always felt that a slider, a tight slider, breaking slider, is very difficult to bunt.
Yeah.
Especially if you keep it down.
Even for a left-handed guy trying to bunt from the left side, too, it's still a difficult pitch.
Flores way in at third. Ball bunted foul. Edinson with 8 sacrifice bunts on the season. Second on the team. Only Kristen Orphea has more. Chris has 10. Ball 2 strikes. Flores again coming in at third. Woo. Well, we've seen a couple of times across big league baseball the last few days where guys have squared early and worn it. And that was very close. Edinson Volquez.
I always like to pivot on the back foot.
Yeah.
Some guys like to open square, you know, both feet square towards the pitcher. Yeah. You get one up and in like that, it's tough to get out of the way.
That's why I like to pivot, because, I mean, the way they're charging, he could pull that thing back and swing the bat.
Yeah, exactly.
3-2.
See, 3-2, now you could start the runner and play Butcher Boy.
Now Andy Ashby, Trevor Hoffman, Mark Grant, all have done that same instructional from the pitcher's perspective and says, hey, if they're giving you the out, throw the strike.
Right.
Execute the strike, take the out, take your medicine, basically. Darno does the right thing. He lets the 2-strike bunt attempt roll foul, and that is strike 3. Time for a Coors Light Cold Hard Fact, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. With that hit tonight, Will Venable in the first. His hit streak now at 14. That's the longest Padres hitting streak since Chase Headley's 16-gamer in 2011.
Nice to get it out of the way in the first inning, too.
Longest Padre hitting streak?
Benito Santiago?
How many games, you remember?
33?
34. Flores to the wall. And no play. Yep, 34 games, 1987. What's the number you said last night is about the time when baseball starts waking up?
25, 30, they start to pay attention. 30, they usually start cutting into games, showing at bats.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Will Venable. There's Will at the top of the stack. Longest active hitting streak in the big leagues. Brandon Belt there with 11, and Robinson Cano follows also at 11.
I'd like to see him get into a long hitting streak.
Yeah.
Get some attention. Get some people excited.
There goes Nick.
See, I really thought that's what they were going to do with Volquez hit, because they weren't really paying Nick much attention. They were so busy crashing, trying to get that out at second base. I thought maybe they might send Hundley with Volquez hit, but that's one of the luxuries guys who don't run that well can have, because pitchers don't pay them attention.
Take it if they give it, right?
Absolutely.
Ball, 2 strikes. Will showing nice power too in the course of this streak. Team leader with 16 home runs. Had the home run last night. Fouls that ball away.
And you know what, Tony? When you're swinging the bat well, the catcher drops that foul too. When things aren't going your way, Darno holds on to it, and you're out.
Yep.
Make it hurt.
So we'll get another shot at him. Two balls, 2 strikes on the way. And he gets him looking. So Mejia beats Venable there. The Padres lead 1-0. And Mike Pomeranz with you on a lovely Saturday. Game 3 of this 4-game set as Marlon Byrd gets ready to hit third against Edinson Volquez. Eric Young will lead off, then Daniel Murphy. Decided to have a little fun with Marlon and look for some other great baseball names, including animals within them.
Hey, well, actually, Marlon Byrd kills 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Marlin actually is a mammal, correct?
1 marlin, 1 bird.
Right. There they are.
Double X, Jimmy Fox, your buddy, Rob Deere.
Yeah, the mule deer. Like trout, lamb. And, you know, join in on the fun if you're at home. Tweet some other guys, right? Kevin Bass, Moose Scourin.
Oh, you're going to have to hurry right here. Nick Hundley, no play. So Eric Young is aboard. You knew that was going to be tough. Right out of the box. Eye chop. Replace all divots.
Chopper's right in front of the plate. Those are usually very difficult plays to make. Edinson Volquez made a great play on Mejia's ball in the last inning. He bunts that ball right off the top of the plate.
And not much you can do on that one.
No, he can run. And he got out of the box well. So leadoff man aboard for the Mets. Young with 24 stolen bases between his time in New York and Colorado. For Daniel Murphy. Murphy struck out in the first. 2 for 9 in the series. Had a home run last night. 2-run shot in fourth. Mets won 5-2. Two balls, no strikes. Terry Collins, if he wants it, a little chance to do a little something perhaps. And we were talking, you and I, before the game, Tony, about the stolen base percentage you like to see, to have a guy run on his own without the aid of a hit and run.
If a guy's an 80% success rate guy, you usually give him a pitch. Let him try to steal a base, get himself in scoring position. If you're a 70% guy like I was, hey, you get a pitch to hit, go ahead. Yeah. Take a whack. You know, because when a guy is so proficient at stealing bases, you know, like a Vince Coleman or Ricky Henderson, when those guys get on base, you know, good chance they're going to make it. So you go ahead and give them a pitch to go.
There he goes on to 3-0, and it's called a strike. The throw down for Nick. Not in time. Dan Iasonia on that call. Hundley fired down the best he could, but the speedy Eric Young Jr. decent jump.
Going 3-0. And he almost got thrown out on a 3-0 pitch.
Short and choppy strides as well. The pop-up slide, gotta love it. Yeah, that was kind of gutsy. You know, I was going to say, Daniel Murphy is one of those hitters in the lineup that Terry Collins will hit and run with, but remember this. Remember last half inning.
They pull that ball, and it'll get past Jerko. Here comes Eric Young Jr. It's going to be a throw to the plate. It is not in time, and the Mets have tied this at 1.
If you're the Mets, you couldn't have planned it any better. Young gets on a bunt hit, steals second. Murphy tried to get him over to third, pulls the ball in the hole. And DeNorvia does everything right. Strong throw, one hop. But Eric Young Jr. just beats the throw, and the game is tied.
The guys I was going to mention with Eric Young when he was on first base, one of the reasons why Collins probably wouldn't want to hit and run it, because Edinson Volquez has been kind of wild. Usually hit and run, you want a guy who's going to throw strikes, dot in that strike zone so you can get a ball in play.
So here's Marlon Byrd. Five-game hitting streak over that time, hitting .455, couple of home runs. We've seen the power here. He homered last night. Had a single and a double in game 1. This game 3 of 4. You know, Mark, this pitch now 45 there from Volquez in the top of the third.
It's too many. And he just spiked a fastball. You don't see pitchers spike fastballs too often. Usually it's they'll bounce a slider, a curveball, maybe a changeup. But a fastball, that's kind of rare. I think that's a lot out of whack on that certain pitch.
You've said it before, Mark, where at this level especially, you've got to make those adjustments pitch to pitch.
Pitch to pitch.
See what Edinson can do here.
And as soon as you're in your delivery, as soon as you let go of that ball, you know exactly what you need to do. It's just a matter of executing. I'm sure Tony, like a hitter, you start that swing, and all of a sudden, maybe it's the legs, maybe it's the feet, maybe it's the hands, maybe it's the head. You all of a sudden you're trying to stay alive, but if you get another hack at it, you know what you're trying to execute the next time.
So with Murphy on first, a ball, 2 strikes to Marlon Byrd. He just gets so much movement on his pitches. And you can see guys start a swing as though they anticipated being out on the barrel.
That was a bad hack there.
That was like a backup slider. It just rode in on Marlon Byrd's hands.
One, 2. Bounce foul. Byrd with 19 homers leads the Mets. He is 10th in the National League in home runs. And he's only 1 behind his career high. Good chance for Edinson to make a big pitch. Just off the plate, says Mark Carlson. And it counts 2-2. It was.
Yep. Good call.
50th pitch of the game for Edinson. And it pays off. He goes off speed and he strikes out Marlon Byrd. There is 1 down. Let's check out the Sequan Casino Daycation stat of the game. The Mets, 360 strikeouts since the 1st of July. Ahead of the Pirates, who the Padres will see after the Mets leave town, and then the Marlins there at 322. So with 1 out, here's Ike Davis. Davis 0 for 1. Flied out in the second. Remember, Volquez was paired against Jonathan Neese opening day. Game that the Mets won, but Mark, as you were saying, it just seems like forever ago. And Edinson with a chance for revenge today. Another ball to center field for Davis. There's Venable. Easy play, 2 down. And Murphy will trot back to first base.
Well, remember our list of baseball animals. We've got Jerry Perez tweeting FSSD, Fox Sports San Diego. Mike Karp. Add him to the list. Thank you, Jerry.
That's a good one. I love that folks will take advantage of Twitter and interact with us during the ball games.
Yeah.
You know, we think of all the stuff we can in those meetings every morning, and it's never as good as what the fans can come up with. 2 outs. Wilmer Flores. Hitting in the 5th spot in the lineup. 0 for 1. He bounced out to short in the 2nd.
Former teammate of mine in Atlanta, 1991, Jeff Parrott.
Sure. I see the wheels turning there, buddy.
Pretty good slider.
Yes, he did.
Here's the 0-2 to Flores.
Hall of Fame announcer Harry Canary. I'll admit that's tired.
Yeah, well, you know what? I see your legal pad is full of names. I like where you're going.
How about a punch out right here?
That'd be nice. Ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
He's thrown a lot of changeups, Edson Volquez has.
Sure, that's exactly where he wanted that changeup. Again, with Edison, his stuff is so good. If he just stays around the strike zone, guys are going to swing the bats. The Mets, that is, they're going to swing the bats. They're going to chase him balls if he just stays in the zone.
Flores hanging in there. Ball, 2 strikes, fouled away. National League West today. Arizona's at Pittsburgh. Colorado is at Baltimore. The Dodgers are in Philadelphia. And the Giants are in Miami. Update your scores throughout the evening.
Well, this will be the 59th pitch. So he has recorded 8 outs. Edson Volquez thrown 58 pitches. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Checking out the West standings. Dodgers atop the board, 41-8 in their last 49. Here's a roller. It's going to be Amarista again. He's going to have to hurry. Long throw, and he'll get him. That'll do it for the Mets in the top of the 3rd, but they pick up a run, and that's where we're tied 1-1. Sequan Casino, real friendly, real close. By Mossy Toyota, thousands of vehicles, one trusted name, Mossy.com, and by the Aramco Group. Purchase, refinance, reverse. Alexi Amarista, Yonder Alonso, Jed Jerko to face Henry Mejia. Bottom of the third inning, we're tied at 1. Mark Grant, Tony Gwynn, Mike Pomeranz with you. Dick Enberg off tonight. Appreciate you joining us on this Saturday. Third game of the 4-game series between these two clubs. Padres picked up a run in the bottom of the first, and the Mets answered with their run in the top of the third. '23-year-old Henry Mejia. One and 2 with a 2.22 earned run average coming into tonight. Back from Tommy John surgery. And Alexi Amarista into the left field corner. He'll motor around first. He'll have second easily. And the errant toss picked up by Mejia. So Amarista, sharp double to open up the bottom of the third.
That's exactly how you had to attack this backdoor cutter. So you backed that ball up and just took it the other way.
'12th double of the season for Alexi. Where Will Venable led off the game in the first with a single and came around to score. Let's see if the Padres can do the same here in the third. Yonder Alonso will have that RBI opportunity. Last night, Padres had the leadoff man aboard 6 times. Struggles have been well documented, but that was and is in the past. Let's see what happens tonight for Yonder. Walked in the first. Comes in at 2. Second time the leadoff man's been aboard tonight. That was the 50th pitch of the night thrown by Mejia. So both guys, Mejia and Volquez.
Heavy workload. I don't know whether that was Murphy trying to figure out what the sequence of signs were, or maybe a little word of encouragement, or if he's talking about which way he's going to be positioning himself at second base. So might want to think about pitching him a certain way. Have to wait and see here. A lot of the now Amarista's pitch was away. He took it that way. Let's see if he consistently keeps it away to Alonso. See, I've always liked when an infielder came in. If you want to run a pickoff, do it on the second pitch after. Throw a pitch, and then the next pitch.
Because you like the fact that maybe the runner starts getting lulled into thinking you're in a kind of a rhythm.
Well, you made him aware by going to the pitcher.
Sure.
Even though that was the shortstop covering, yeah, you're right, Tony. No.
But Yonder had a single and an RBI last night in the 8th. He's been a singles machine. 2 for 6 in the series. He walked in the first.
See that last pitch, I kind of thought it was away. That's why I said no.
Yep, number 3 pitch. Absolutely right.
And Mejia gets Alonso for the first out of the inning.
Tony, that one pitch that was called a strike looked like it was a backdoor curveball, and then he came back here with the changeup.
Yep. And he knows he's trying to pull it. Get that runner over to third.
5th strikeout of the night for Mejia. It'll bring up Jed Jerko. Jed struck out in the first. Well, the Mets really concerned with Amarista there at second base. You see Daniel Murphy giving him a good look there. Second baseman.
Well, if you don't pay him attention, he's going to steal third. And as we saw, it's easier to score from third than it is from second.
Right behind the second base bag. Heavy dose of breaking balls right here to Jed Jerko. First at bat and now here in the third.
Jed was 3 for 4 yesterday. 3 for 8 in this series before striking out today in the first. Warming up.
I think the quick is not to throw Jerko fastball because he hadn't seen any.
Chris Denorfia will follow Jed. And then Logan Forsythe. If we get that far in the lineup, let's hope for that and more. Tied at 1. Jed, Daniel Murphy, able to make the play, and Jed's retired. Amarista moves over to third base. Thought maybe that might get Murphy because he was shaded so much towards second base, but covered some ground, made the play relatively easily. Now this will bring up Chris Denorfia. He had the single and the RBI in the first. Chance to drive in another. That single also came with 2 outs. Similar situation. Four-game hitting streak for Denorfia.
We've seen that a couple of times tonight. Just didn't look like he saw the ball well. Started out after it.
Was that fastball? It was like a cutter away.
Cutter.
Oh, Mejia broke in as a 20-year-old for that Tommy John surgery, so he's got parts of 3 seasons in the big leagues already. Travis Darnell, yeah. A good test of the young catcher early, right? Does that have to add a lot of confidence to your pitching staff right there?
You can tell by the way he handles himself. He's
Mark talked about him sticking that glove. Look at him slide his body in position.
Ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Amarista at third. This is Mejia's 5th start of the season. 3 walks in his first 24 1/3 innings.
fastball away.
Right on the screws, but right at Omar Quintanilla. Chris Denorfia did what he could. We are still tied at 1.
Inning for the Mets, Travis d'Arnaud making his MLB debut, and of course got a walk in the first inning. This leads us to our AT&T Twitter poll question of the night, maybe my favorite one of the season. On April 27th, 1984, Mark Grant made his MLB debut in Cincinnati, and in our pre-production meeting, we asked Mark to describe in one word how he felt that day. What word would he choose? So that is simply our poll question tonight. What is the word that Mark Grant chose? How did he feel the day he made his MLB debut? Using the hashtag MudConfident, MudElated, MudNumb, MudScared, or hashtag MudSick. When are you not confident, Mud? I mean, that's one of the ones on there.
That's a good.
Fans
Yeah, I know.
could go with that easily, but you had to have been feeling a little bit of all those, I would assume.
Absolutely, and we'll get back to see what people think on the Twitter poll. Thank you very much, Kelly. A lot of emotions running that day.
I love your story of your first appearance. Just love it. It's d'Arnaud, Lagares, and Quintanilla to face Volquez here in the fourth. d'Arnaud lifts this ball to center field. Will Venable is underneath it, one down. Major League debuts for our three illustrious announcers. The Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn, July 19th, 1982 against the Phillies. Hey, nice day too.
Yeah.
2 for 4, double, RBI. Swedes, 1995 against the Cubs, 0 for 4, a couple of punch outs, but that's still a day in the big leagues. And Mark Grant against the Reds in 84, 6 innings, 4 earned runs.
Tony, your debut, who was the pitcher you faced?
Mike Krukow started.
Oh, really? For the
For
Phillies?
the Phillies. And we knocked him out the box, and I faced Sid Manji the next 3 at-bats.
So 2 hits off Sid Manji.
1 hit off Sid Manji and 1 hit off Ron Reed.
Oh, Ron Reed, good
Yeah.
pitcher.
Yeah.
NBA player as well.
Yeah. Yep. The next night, they never talk about your second game in the big leagues.
What'd you do your second
Steve Carlton, second game in the big leagues, over 4, 2 punch outs.
You might have lost the battle, but you won the war.
Well, you know, Keith Hernandez over in the other booth, we were talking about that. And he said something I just can't believe. He said he wore Steve Carlton out. He's really good against him. Ooh, he had a slider.
Ball 2 strikes to Lagares. Well, you have that major league debut. Were you thinking, yeah, I could do 3,000 hits in this league?
Oh, no. Heck no.
Wonderful career.
In fact, my second hit was a double. Pete Rose was playing first base for the Phillies, and he came down, shook my hand, congratulated me. So don't catch me in one night, kid. And that always stuck with me because he didn't have to do that. But,
Lagares up the middle, and a base hit, his second hit tonight. Well, for Terry Collins, Lagares had been struggling. He even gave him a day off in the series to get his head together, and apparently it's paying off.
part of the ballpark, just bounced it right back up the middle.
So with Lagares at first, Quintanilla is the Mets hitter. Your debut is a wonderful story, Mark.
Well, I gave up 2 runs before I got an out. I can tell you that. I hit a guy. He started chirping, Ron Oster. I came up the next half inning. Joe Price hits me. Frank Robinson wants Joe Price's head on a platter. Bench is clear. 2 times. End up taking the L. Meet my mom and dad after the game underneath by the clubhouse. My dad put his arm around me. He said, you know what, Mark? Some guys in their major league debuts throw no hitters. Sometimes they throw a shutout. You had 2 bench clearings.
You were actually hit your very first major league at bat.
Yeah. Right in the leg.
First plate appearance.
Why was Ronnie Oster chirping?
Because I popped him out, went in on him, popped him up in foul territory, third base. He was wearing me out in the dugout, pacing back and just yelling at me. Joel Youngblood was playing at third, and all of a sudden he yells an expletive across to the Reds dugout, and I look back and oh, hey, now, what's going on? So in between innings, Scotty Thompson says, hey, next time Mostert comes up, buzz him inside. Back him off. I hit him in the ribs.
Of course, being a young player, you're going to take that advice from a veteran, right?
Well, you were a young guy breaking in, too. How old were you?
20.
Wow.
Yeah, I might not have been ready then, but.
You're not going to say no when you get the call.
No.
10th pick overall that year. And 18 years old? 17 when you were drafted?
And Tony, you were 22 up at the big leagues? Because you were out of state, right?
Yeah,
so 22.
Yeah.
Roughly?
Now, Mark Sweeney is not on headsets. I told this story before when he broke in. I love to hear him tell it. It's so much better than when I will. But he basically says he looked down and he saw the Cardinal logo embroidered in his jersey, and it was the first time he became aware. Wow, this is actually embroidered. It's not just a patch iron on. Ball, 2 strikes to Quintanilla, and the way Mark tells it, and I just hate paraphrasing, but it's just so sincere and genuine as Mark Sweeney is. He said he didn't remember how long it took him to feel his legs after his first at bat. And as I know it is for all of you guys, you don't take a day for granted. That opportunity is just so special. Down goes Quintanilla. Second out of the inning. Good pitch from Volquez.
It almost seems like the changeup tonight is the secondary pitch that Volquez is going to. Great location, down and in. Quintanilla way out in front of it for the second out.
Third strikeout of the game for Edinson. Bring up the pitcher, Henry Mejia.
Who had the best changeup that you face as a right-hander, Tony?
Mario Soto.
Yeah, we brought his name up the other day, yeah. Cincinnati Red.
It's funny, with major league players, you can ask them. The only guy I ever talked to, when you ask him this question, he couldn't answer. Who'd you get your first hit off of? And the only guy that could never answer that was Davey Lopes.
Really?
Davey Lopes could not remember who he got his first big league hit off of. And with hitters, it's usually first hit, first home run.
Would make sense.
Pitchers, I would suspect first strikeout. Maybe your first strikeout?
Dwayne Walker.
You sure Davey wasn't pulling your leg?
First home run you gave up?
Dwayne Walker. 230 hit Dwayne Walker. Thanks, Tony.
I'm just saying.
No, I know. Yeah.
You're sure Lopes wasn't pulling your leg?
Actually, he swore to me he could not remember.
We could look that up.
We argued about that in the clubhouse because you could walk around the clubhouse and say, Chase Headley, who'd you get your first hit off of? You can answer, who'd you first home run off of?
2 strikeouts in a row for Volquez. He'll get Mejia. Padres coming up in the bottom of the 4th. We're tied at 1. Brought to you by Sequan Casino. Real friendly, real close. By Mossy Toyota. Thousands of vehicles. One trusted name. Mossy.com. And by the Aramco Group. Purchase, refinance, reverse. Saturday Night Baseball, Petco Park. Third game of this four-game set between the Mets and the Padres. Good one so far. Edinson Volquez against Henry Mejia. And after tomorrow's ball game, Pirates will come to town as we check out the schedule for you. Then a day off on the 22nd, Thursday, for the Cubbies come in. This is the longest homestand of the season for the Padres. So plenty of time for you to get some tickets. Buy them early, get a discount. Enjoy a big league ball game. 25th is when that homestand will end. 10 games in 11 days.
And the Buccos having quite a year going into tonight. 72-49 in the NL Central. First place for the black and gold Pirates.
Well, they got smacked around a little bit tonight, did the Pirates. Lost 15-5 to the Diamondbacks.
Omar Minaya on the left and general manager Josh Burns on the right. Having a little discussion, talking some ball.
Forsythe, Decker, and Hundley to face Mejia here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Omar used to be the general manager of these New York Mets.
I would love to hear one of their conversations this time of the year.
Omar now is the senior vice president of baseball operations. There's Omar right there. Josh Burns. And A.J. Hinch.
Assistant GM. Now they're going to talk things over with Henry Mejia if he's a little shaken up.
Pitching coach Dan Worthen in the glasses there on the right.
Terry Collins there as well. See what happens. See anything there, Mark?
I didn't see anything. And, you know, he just kind of walked off. Doesn't look like he's, I don't know whether he's limping or whatever, but have to wait and see.
So the Mets appear forced to make a change here as Mejia will walk off the field. His team tied 1 run apiece. And Mejia, his pitch count was at 63. Just threw a pitch there, like he licked his fingers and walked around the mound, and out came the trainer. Terry Collins going to make a change.
David Ardsma looks like the busiest out there, grabbing all of his stuff, getting things in order, his gloves, so he'll have as much time as needed to get hot.
This could be a great opportunity for the Padres, getting into that bullpen a little bit. Mejia had been tough. Ardsma has allowed 5 runs in his last 7 outings. So perhaps some opportunity knocking for the Padres. Tied at 1. Ardsma will warm up. We'll be back in a moment. Dino with an RBI single, and the Mets would answer in the top of the third. Daniel Murphy would drive in Eric Young Jr. But then Edinson Volquez would seemingly settle in, as would Henry Mejia. Mejia would strike out 5. Volquez has struck out 4. Edinson has walked 2. But Mejia answers the bell in the 4th, throws 2 pitches to Logan Forsythe, and has now left the game. Not sure yet what the injury, if any, is, but Terry Collins, manager, went out there, trainers went out there, pitching coach, and talked it over with Mejia. Brought him off the field, and in comes David Aardsma.
He really didn't give an indication as to what was hurting.
See Aardsma's numbers there, 27 games. 2-1 is his record, 3.46 earned run average. So he'll take as many pitches as he needs to get loose. And in the meantime, we're going to get an update on one of our injured players, Kyle Blanks. Let's head down to the field and talk with Kelly Kroll. Kelly?
Absolutely, Mike. Well, it's a step in the right direction, Kyle Blanks thinks, as he began baseball activity on Thursday. He's been on the DL since July 12th, but Kyle got to get on the treadmill and lightly run. He's also been taking extended batting practice, and he said, you know what, it's just a little bit of working out, but for him, having done nothing, he said, over the past couple months, it feels so great to just be doing something again. And he, of course, has battled injuries throughout his career, guys, but one of those plantar fasciitis, he says, when you're talking about a nagging foot injury, you just don't rush that getting back. You want to make sure you are fully healthy. So Kyle Blanks taking it light, but certainly feeling like things are headed in the right direction. So that's good news for Kyle.
Yeah, it really is. Kelly, thanks a bunch. And hopefully Kyle's back very quickly, as the team deals with its share of injuries for sure. Carlos Quentin, his knee, Balky still the right knee, and we'll hope for some quick healing for the Padres. In the meantime, though, as we mentioned, Henry Mejia, Mets starter, leaves the game. David Aardsma summoned from the bullpen, ice cold. That's got to be tough, Mark.
Hey, that's like your house alarm going off at 2 in the morning, right? It'll wake you up. You got to do something quickly. Well, the rules state, and we've talked about it, in an injury, David Aardsma gets as much time as he wants, right?
Yep.
So that's one thing that you have to have in your head as a reliever when you're in this situation. You can't feel pressured by the stadium, by a packed house. People get restless. Come on, let's go. Especially when you're on the visiting team, right? Let's go. You know, we want you to play, whatever. You have to be ready, not only physically but mentally, before that first hitter stands in that box. Can't rush yourself. And as a reliever, it shouldn't take as long as a starter would to get ready for a ball game in the bullpen. And with the 2-0 count, you know, if he walks this hitter, it's charged to Mejia. If he strikes out the hitter, that's his strikeout for David Aardsma.
So, with Aardsma taking what he requires, let's get you caught up on our AT&T Twitter poll. Get back down to Kelly Kroll. Kelly.
Absolutely, Mike. Well, we asked viewers just a couple innings ago what they thought the one word was that Mark Grant would use to describe his MLB debut. And it looks like we've got a three-way tie. They're just not really sure, Mud, what you were feeling on that day. It was either elated, scared, or sick. So do we continue this Twitter poll a little bit longer, or do you want to tell us the answer? Mud, I don't want to make you feel old or anything, but you made your MLB debut just 2 months after I was born.
Really?
I wish I could
making
have
us
seen
feel
it.
old.
Hey, Kelly, not for nothing, but just how did you think that was going to make us feel?
Experienced.
Nicely played.
Nice.
Nicely played.
Thank you.
Well, you know what? I will be glad to tell everybody, because our producer, Jason Lewis, asked me today about this question. And I told him that the answer would be, you guys want to throw it up there for me, if you would, please? Okay. There it is. It was actually C.
Numb.
Remember when Mark Sweeney said that he couldn't feel his legs or whatever? I remember like it was yesterday. I went out for the bottom of the first inning, and I toed the rubber, and I just looked down at my feet, and I was like, those are my feet, but I can't feel them.
Wow.
and my legs, and then all of a sudden, you take your warm-ups, and all of a sudden, it took about maybe, the first out, 10, 12 pitches to feel comfortable, and then after the first inning, but I felt numb that day.
You said you gave up 2 runs before you got an out?
Yes.
Got to get you back to earth real quick. Realizing, hey, I got to get somebody out.
Shake the numbness. All right, we're back to baseball. David Aardsma with a 2-ball, no-strike count. Well, pick up for Henry Mejia against Logan Forsythe. As we're listening to Mark tell his story, I think we all wonder too, Tony, for you, what did you feel your debut?
I was calm. I was confident. Looking forward to the opportunity.
And Forsythe greets Aardsma with a sharp single to left. Bottom of the 4th, another leadoff hitter aboard for the Padres.
Fastball tailing in. He puts the ball to it.
So Logan has his first hit tonight. And here's the rookie Jeff Decker. Jeff popped out in the 2nd. Aardsma, 31 years old. Big league time. Parts of 8 seasons in the majors. Cubs, Giants, Yankees, Red Sox, White Sox, and Seattle. Now the Mets.
Remember what the big story was when David Aardsma finally made it to the big leagues? You remember reading about it? They made a big deal about it.
First name in the
baseball dictionary, ahead of Henry Aaron.
Right. I remember that.
Makes perfect sense.
Baseball encyclopedia.
That's what you are.
It's an awesome book.
Isn't it, though?
It is. You know about the history of the game.
And there goes Logan. Throw down from d'Arnaud. No chance. Forsythe. Stolen base.
Well, there you saw Forsythe got a great jump. d'Arnaud knew he had to hurry, and he overthrows this ball to second base. He wasn't going to have a shot at throwing him out.
See how quickly d'Arnaud got rid of that ball?
He knew he had to hurry up and get rid of it. That was the only chance he was going to have to throw him out.
Now for Forsythe, that's his fifth bag of the season. And Jeff Decker slaps this one to left field. Eric Young Jr. under it. One down. Padres 1 for 8 tonight. Runners in scoring position, 4 for 30 in the series. And it'll bring up the new father, Nick Hundley. 1 for 1, a single in the second. Good hitter in 18 games against the Mets. Over 290. No, he did not, says crew chief Jerry Davis. Well, Nick's certainly done his job defensively. Thrown out 19 runners. 4th best in the National League, and he looks to heat up offensively. Aardsma even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Edinson Volquez waits on deck. Mets won the first game of this series 4-1. Second game as well. That score 5-2. It's game 3 of 4. Arizona beat Pittsburgh today 15-5. The Dodgers win again over the Phillies 5-0. 42-8 are the Dodgers in their last 50 ball games.
42.
My goodness.
Wow.
It's got to be a modern day record, isn't it?
I saw something that was about I think the 1911 Cubs, the last Cub team that went to the World Series, were 43-7. And the next best record was 42-8.
2-2. And Ardsma misses away. We're full. Edinson waiting for a chance. It's got a home run, 4 RBIs this season. Ball lifted to right. Long run and foul up into the stands. Marlon Byrd giving a look. Way out of play.
Might see a breaking ball here. Hanging slider, and sometimes they hang them just enough to where they're out in front of it. And they foul it out of the play like that one.
Orioles leading Colorado 8-4 in the 9th. And the Giants have beaten the Marlins 6-4. Full count and out. He straightens this one out, puts a good charge into it to left, back to the wall, and gone. 2-run home run, Nick Hundley. Nick's 10th home run of the season. A 2-run shot gives the Padres a 3-1 lead. A new father and a couple of more hits to add to his total today. A single and this 2-run bomb.
Fastball tailing in. Nice swing there by Nick Hundley. Seemed like Eric Young was going to run out of room there, like he had any room to catch it, but goes out. And here's that big hit we were talking about.
Pop up. Crushed.
That's awesome.
Lovely wife Amy at home, no doubt, or in the stands watching this one. I'm going to guess at home, getting a little rest with the little one.
Yeah.
And Volquez will go down. Strikes, we've got 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Daughter Allison, Mom Amy have to be absolutely thrilled, as all of us are, for Nick Hundley. Welcome back.
I think he's going to take the single back and say, no, the home run was for you, not the single.
Will Venable gets that ball past the diving Ike Davis. Rounds first hard. Byrd up with it, turns and fires into second. Not in time. Venable, his second hit tonight.
You could just see that there was going to be a play at second base when Will Venable did not hesitate. He went right around the bag at first. All out, going for 2. Marlon Byrd did a great job coming up with this, makes a strong throw, but Venable just beats the play.
You know, Ike Davis got a glove on that and slowed it down a little bit, so that means more time or more space to travel, more, very hard slide, great call. More distance for Byrd to get to that baseball, but he turned down the Jets. He did not break stride. I love the way Will Venable is aggressive on the base paths. He did that in Colorado. Turned a single into a double.
He sure can't go. So exciting to watch. A couple of hits now for Venable. 14-game streak. Lexi Amarista, he doubled in the third. 1 for 2. So David Aardsma comes in on in relief of Henry Mejia. And the floodgates start to open. Will Venable. The hand in there.
Yep. Barely got it in there.
And we mentioned it when Aardsma came in. He's had some trouble. Uh-oh. And a balk is called. Dan Iasonia behind the mound. Second base umpire.
Looked like he was in contact with the rubber. Started to go into a stretch and then stop. It has to be one continuous motion to come set. Let's see, real time. You get the sign leaning over. Watch him. Watch him. He starts. Did you hear him in the background? He kind of started just a little bit.
And Amarista makes that one hurt the Mets as Venable will score. 3 runs now in the inning for the Padres.
Venable picking up the extra 90 feet on that double. Amarista comes, goes the other way with it. Lines it into center field for a base hit.
2 hits for Alexi tonight. He's 2 for 3.
Venable and Amarista at the top of this lineup having a whole lot of success.
Yonder Alonso. Chance to keep it moving. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Another look at Amarista's swing. Good friends too, Nick Hundley, Will Venable.
Hey, good things happen when you bring a baby into the world, right?
It's the end of the sleep, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And the beginning of the worry.
Nick looks like he hadn't had much sleep. Eyes are a little puffy.
We're with you, buddy. We know the drill.
Welcome to the club.
0-2 to Alonso.
Well, Aardsma throws a split finger, and he throws it mainly to left-handed hitters. He's ahead 0-2 here. Let's see if he tries to drop that split. He's down and away to the left-handed hitting Alonso. There's the fastball, slider, and a split.
Yonder 300 hitter against right-handers this season. Ball, 2 strikes. You know, since coming back from that hand injury, Alonso, he's gotten the hits. But even he was looking for those extra base hits. But singles to make a living.
They work. It takes a little while, especially when you've had a hand injury, to kind of get back to normal, where you're driving the ball, where you're feeling like you don't have to generate. I think that's what Yonder's feeling a little bit of right now, is feeling like he has to generate the, kind of overswing to try to generate some extra base power.
Well, the Padres certainly with an opportunity to take out some frustrations on these Mets. They can keep adding on here in the bottom of the 4th.
They got 8 hits already.
4 in the inning and 3 runs. Couple of singles, a double, and a big Nick Hundley home run.
He had him 0-2.
"28 pitches in the inning for Ardsma. And Yonder works a walk. Accomplish a couple of things there with that at bat. You ramp up that pitch count, the guy out of the bullpen, and you keep the train moving.
So that'll warrant a visit for pitch coach Dan Worthen. And you know what, Tony, 0-2, that's a great at-bat, plate appearance, going up there, drawing the walk, and passing it on to the next guy, Kristen Orfield. Or, I'm sorry, Jed Jerko.
Yep. Alonso had to foul off some pitches to kind of get back into the count, but ends up drawing the walk. Tonight, Padres having some success with runners in scoring position. Give Jed Jerko an opportunity to hit with runners in scoring position.
Well, Jed's 0 for 2 tonight, but remember, he was 3 for 4 yesterday. A couple of singles and a double. Tough, I'm sure, on a young hitter to get acclimated at this level. What do you see from Jed, Tony?
Well, the thing I just like the fact that, yeah, I call it he looks hitterish. You know, he wants to go up to the plate and swing the bat. And he's starting, I think, to figure out now. He's come up to the plate here in the last 2 days, probably 4 or 5 times with runners in scoring position, and they have not thrown him fastballs. They've thrown him sliders. Yep. And those are the type of things that you have to pick up on in order to get better. Again, another off-speed pitch. Runners in scoring position, they're not just going to give in and give you a heater, you know, in the middle of the plate. You're going to have to sometimes hit off-speed stuff.
No reason to throw him a fastball here.
I don't know.
Amaris at second, Alonso at first. Lifted to center field. Juan Lagares will put it away. But Nick Hundley, baby Allison, this bomb is for you. Padres lead 4-1. Little ones, weensy ones, like the Padres pink for the little girls. Enjoying themselves a nice little offensive outburst by the Padres in the bottom of the fourth. You like that uniform?
I do.
Like that jersey?
I like it. I like it.
San Diego fans of the game. Edinson Volquez, little offensive support now. Top of the 5th inning, he'll face Eric Young Jr., Daniel Murphy, Marlon Byrd. It's the top of the Mets lineup.
If Edinson Volquez ever needed a quick inning, this be the inning.
This is pitch number 80 on the way. Count even at a ball and a strike. See his pitch count by inning. Cruised through the first. A little lengthy there in the second and third. Eric Young 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the third.
His stuff is so good. If he just challenges the strike zone, guys will swing the bat.
So one hitter's up at this level, and he captivates every scout who comes in the building. Tremendous movement, electric stuff. And this ball is hammered into left center. Nice job by Venable cutting it off, throwing to second base, not in time to catch the speedy Eric Young, and he's in with a leadoff double. Let's get an update on the Mets starter Henry Mejia, left with an apparent injury. Kelly Kroll has details. Kelly?
Well, Mike, the injury update on Mejia is that he left with elbow discomfort, and according to one of the reports I read earlier, he was slated to have surgery on that elbow after the season was over, and so this discomfort could be part of that. So we will see if there's any further updates, but right now elbow discomfort, not returning tonight.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Here's Daniel Murphy. Yeah, we saw that pitch now several times from Mejia. It looked like anything.
Didn't really favor the arm.
Right.
After
nothing
pitch.
Jump out at you there.
Right.
No balls, 2 strikes to Murphy here. 4-1 Padres lead. Big 2-run shot by Nick Hundley in the bottom of the 4th. Jerko. 1 down. It'll move Young over to third for 35-year-old Marlon Byrd. Boy, Terry Collins said it again today. He just couldn't be more appreciative of the effort that Marlon Byrd has given his Mets. He didn't know what he was going to do, Collins, when it came to right field to start the season. Byrd has stepped in. Done a nice job for his club. Mark Carlson jumps out from behind the plate.
See if Marlon Byrd will be a part of what the Mets want to do here in the future. He's done a nice job in the middle of the lineup. He's played right field, hitting with some power.
4 for 10 with a homer in this series.
Showing some leadership to these young guys.
With 1 out, he'll be followed by Ike Davis. Volquez evens the count, a ball and 1 strike.
Even though that ball was down the middle, it had tremendous movement on it, and Byrd just couldn't get the top hand on top of that pitch. Just goes to show you on pitch 88, we've seen it before. Still good movement, still good velocity out of the hand of Edinson Volquez. Elects to go from the windup with that runner on third base and less than 2 outs. Get the most out of his delivery.
Well, Mark, I've always found it interesting how some starters prefer that. Others will go from the stretch.
I couldn't do it because I'd balk every time. Because you got to step. If you're going to step off, you got to step up with your other foot,
which is somewhat awkward.
Exactly. And you can make that easy. I mean, for me, it was difficult. I mean, just because I just didn't want to balk. If I want to step off, I could just be in the stretch position, just move my right foot off the rubber. Some guys just have that pivot foot in contact with the rubber and the other foot either on the side or in front, like Volquez, so you just step off with your right foot. You move that left foot like that, that means you're starting your delivery and you have to complete your delivery.
A 95 just off the plate. That's pitch 91 for Edinson. Count is full, and it's on the way. Nick just unable to hold on.
3-2 Yacker.
This is one of those ABs where you just say, no, I'm going to limit the damage here. I'm not going to walk in and bring the tying run to the plate. Try to make a good pitch, get an out. Maybe they score a run. Get you one out closer to getting out of the inning.
Good battle that Volquez wins as he blows away Marlon Burns. Struck him out for the second time tonight. That's number 5 overall.
Two-seam fastball at 93. This pitch has tremendous run on the inside part of the plate. Bird cannot connect, and that's a big punch out for the right-hander Volquez.
Here's Ike Davis, 0 for 2. 203 on the season. And the first pitch he sees, just a soft base hit, enough to do the job to score Eric Young. And the Mets chip away. 4-2 San Diego.
Did you see him kind of feel for that ball? That wasn't really an aggressive swing. He just kind of swiped at that ball, felt for that curve ball. Ball just happened to hit the end of the bat.
He starts his swing and recognizes it. You never want to slow the barrel down to kind of get through the zone, but that's what he did. Serves it into left center field for a base hit.
Wilmer Flores is the Mets hitter. 2 down. Davis over at first base. Flores 0 for 2. A couple of ground outs. Just his 8th game in the big leagues. Again, the Mets still don't know when or if David Wright will return at third base. Right hamstring injury. So Flores is one of Terry Collins' options at third. Josh Satin, another one. Justin Turner also getting some time. Flores, good hitter, sharp to right. It's a fair ball into the corner. Davis comes around. He'll be held at third. Flores pulls in at second. And the Mets have runners at second and third. Well, he shot that one just down the chalk. Did Flores.
A two-seamer league straight over the hardwood plate. Now with 2 outs, Ike Davis. You know what, Tony? I know Ike Davis doesn't have blazing speed, but one thing that may have helped, that ball hit so sharply into the right field corner. Tim Tuffle holding him up. I honestly thought with 2 outs, crack of the bat, that Ike Davis was going to score.
I did too, and you know, looking at that replay, Chris Norfia did a nice job. That ball ricocheted off that last corner of the wall. He had to barehand that ball and get it back in. He did a nice job of doing that. And again, we talk about this all the time. Padres put 3 runs on the board in the top half of the inning. You're trying to get out of there with a 0, as quick an inning as you can have. And unfortunately, Mets are on the board and got the tying runs second and third.
And here's Travis d'Arnaud. Darno making his major league debut tonight. A walk in the second and a fly out in the fourth. Well, you see that movement from Volquez, and you can just see the awkward nature of some of these swings, the check swings, the half swings.
Well, next pitch, Mike, out of the hand of Volquez will be 100. Left center field wide open there.
Middle number again. Ambrose is going to have to hurry, but it'll be Forsythe. Nice play as he steps in front of the shortstop and fires across the infield. Throw a little bit of leather around here, Logan. And the cannon. Mets pick up one. Padres lead 4-2.
Up. Tune in August 28th on Fox Sports San Diego for Chargers Insider. Each week, join Laura McKeeman as she talks with Coach McCoy on his thoughts for the road ahead. Plus, the crew breaks down the X's and O's. Chargers Insider from August 28th on Fox Sports San Diego.
Picked off by Butler to the 10, to the 5. Middlegate's open, has it at the 15.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Laura McKeeman hosting that show. Knows a lot about football. It's going to be good stuff. And Laura and Mark Sweeney working on Padres Live, the post-game show. Kristen Orfia, Logan Forsythe, and Jeff Decker scheduled here against David Aardsma. Aardsma on in relief of Henry Mejia, 23-year-old right-hander who got the start, left with an apparent injury. And so the ball turned over to Aardsma to start the fourth. Mid-count against Logan Forsythe, and he'd surrender 3 runs. 2 of them coming on a 2-run shot by Nick Hundley. And the Padres led 4-1. And the Mets pick up a run in the top of the 5th. 4-2 is where we stand. Dino, Bird sliding catch. Thought maybe, but it would not fall as Marlon Bird makes a nice sliding play.
He got an outstanding jump on that ball. Northia again hitting the ball on the button. Marlon Bird getting a good jump on that ball, making a sliding catch.
And also off the right-handed bat, that ball slicing off the bat. Actually going to Bird as he converges on that to make the nice catch.
Denorfia Had a single in the first, and he lined out in the third, and then that ball hit very well. So, as you mentioned, Tony, hitting it on the screws. Logan Forsythe. First batter Ardsma faced, as I'd mentioned, came in with a 2-ball, no-strike count, and he singled. So Logan's 1 for 2. Tony, Logan's a good fastball hitter. If his numbers aren't where he wants them to be, what do you see from him?
I like Forsythe myself. I think he would be a guy, you know, he got off to a good start, and then, you know, the playing time started to change a little bit. But you see, he's got a quick bat. He can get to the fastball. He can run a little bit. Very athletic.
Second single tonight for Logan. And he's 2 for 3 now.
That's hard to do sometimes, is to get on top of a good high fastball. And you see him get on top of that ball, kind of throw that top hand over the top, lines this ball into left center field.
And Logan stole a base in the fourth as Jeff Decker digs in. Jeff 0 for 2 tonight. He's 23 years old, former first-round pick of the Padres. Oh, it looks like Casey Kelly.
Casey Kelly calls him Mini-Me. Did you know that?
I did not, but I can see why. Lifted to left field. Eric Young will look it into the seats.
I interviewed Jeff before a game, and he was talking about his hair, because Casey Kelly's got the long hair. Jeff Decker's got the long hair. It's almost like they're having a contest. And Casey Kelly dubbed him Mini-Me.
It's well played. No balls, 2 strikes, and out. And Logan Forsythe is at first base.
Split.
See if we can get Casey Kelly there in the screen to look up. Look up for us, Case.
Casey. Casey.
Hey, buddy. Nothing. That will try again.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah, really. Two balls, 2 strikes to Mini Casey. Come on, Casey. Nothing. There you go. Almost. Trust us.
Same hair, same beard.
Hey, take a look at Decker, Tony, and as he calls him Mini-Me, obviously he's not the tallest guy on the field, but he's got a little bit of pop. Good hitter throughout his minor league career. Seems to be able to handle the glove a bit. Reason for optimism, the Padres organization with this young man, as he is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, I'd say just the at-bats that I've seen up here is that you know, he hit the home run in Colorado the other day on a fastball in. He got to it nice. Today, they've been keeping the ball away from him. And again, when they're keeping the ball away from him, you like to see guys kind of flatten their bat out a little bit.
There goes Logan. His ball kicks away from d'Arnaud. And second base is as far as Logan will go.
That ball short hop d'Arnaud right off the shin guard and into the stands.
Nice play. Count now full to Jeff Decker.
Like I said, they've been keeping the ball away from him here, and you'd like to see him flatten his bat out so he can hit the ball more on the line the other way. He's hit some fly balls that way.
So Jeff works a walk, and the Padres have runners at first and second. Our Coors Light Freeze Can brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Focusing on the new father, Nick Hundley, in the fourth. Two-run bomb. Getting some love from the boys. Padres lead this one 4-2, looking to add on. Rocket foul.
Keep Nick up all night for a couple of weeks here.
What's that?
You need to keep Nick up all night because he's seeing the ball good right now.
He's too tired to know he's tired.
Well, this is what you want as a hitter. Is you want as many opportunities you can get with guys in scoring position.
Nine hits for the Padres, 4 runs, 7 hits for the Mets. That home run for Nick Hundley, his 10th. That's a personal best. Career high in a season. And Ardsma gets him here.
Back-to-back sliders for the strikeout. Out of the hand of Ardsma. You can see him working around that baseball, getting a good tilt.
So here's Jesus Guzman hitting in the pitcher's slot. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Three pinch hit home runs for Guzman. And Ardsma hits strike 1. So Edinson Volquez's night is done. About 100 or so pitches for Edinson. And he leaves with the lead. Dale Thayer getting loose in a Padre pen.
Base hit right here would be nice.
One of the Padres' better fastball hitters. And 1-1 pitch on the way.
You know, we talk about how a starting pitcher will dictate how your team ends up doing that night. Chances are your starter goes deep into a ball game. You got a pretty good chance, right? He's just pitching well. 10 of the 26 starts for Volquez, fewer than 6 innings. Tonight, one of those nights.
Slaps that one hard in the left field corner. It'll fall in front of Eric Young. 1 run will score to throw in the second base to try to get Guzman well short of the bag as that slide. But the Padres will pick up their 5th run and they lead 5-2. Top of the 6th inning, and the Padres' 5th run coming off the bat of Jesus Guzman. Pinch hit. He goes into the left field corner and drives in Logan Forsythe, but then he gets hung up here at second base. Clever.
Yeah.
Little pop-up slide.
The old okey dokes.
Yeah.
Right. 5 feet short.
I like the way he's thinking. If it's just a conventional slide, he's just going to.
Well, you know, when you're running to second base, you know whether you're going to be safe or out. He knew he was going to be out.
7-8-9 for the Mets against Dale Thayer. Juan Lagares, 2 for 2, a couple of singles. Guzzi explaining what happened there.
Oh, I'm sure he'll hear from his teammates on that one.
You know, he ensures the run scores ahead of him, obviously. Then he's.
Yeah, they got to hit with runners in scoring position. That's after the last 2 days.
You're right. You are right.
Quick pat on the back. Hey, nice job, Guzzi. That baby.
Thayer threw an inning against the Mets yesterday. Just walked a hitter. Otherwise quiet. Righty's hitting 198 against him. And he gets Lagares. A good heater there.
That's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Dale Thayer, but you know what, though? There's something in his delivery to where that ball just sneaks up on these hitters because he is very late on this fastball. Look at how late he is on that. The ball's nearly in the glove of Nick Hundley.
Tony, you've talked about
Short
that.
arm.
Yeah, but the ball's a little bit up.
Yeah.
And a little giddy up on it.
Yep.
He does have a little short arm action
kind of
coming
a short
behind
armor,
that hat.
and so when you see that ball elevated, you just think you can get to it. And a lot of times, you know, guys are late on it.
Chris Young was like that. Chris
Exactly.
Young only threw 86, 87, but he would, he would be that drop and drive type delivery, and he would short arm it coming right out of the back of that hat, and it would be up on guys, and they would swing right through it.
Count even at Quintanilla. Quintanilla walked in the second and struck out in the fourth.
This ball has a little bit of that inside out
Yes,
action.
it does.
And he can come in on a left hand hitter and it'll come back over the plate.
Got in there. Quintanilla fights it off. Pedro Feliciano, the left-hander in the Mets bullpen. And Andrew Brown waits on deck.
Oh, we got a contest going on. That's not going to be good in the beard of Andrew Casher if that thing bursts. Get a little protection right there from Casey Kelly. And Tyson Ross trying to pop in his seats.
Oh, there you go. 2-2 bounce to the shortstop. And Marista, 2 down. Shortstop retires the shortstop. And Terry Collins will pinch hit Josh Satin. Andrew Brown had been on deck. He's going with Josh Satin.
Knights in White Satin, Moody Blues. Good song. Be something if he would face Ben Sheets.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Have your moment with it.
You've set it up, so finish it off.
You didn't just get gutless on us, did you?
He just waits for those opportunities, man. And we're winning 5-2. It's not like we got to, you know.
The old bait and fade? Is that what you're doing? Mark Grant, I never thought I'd see the day where you'd lose your nerve.
I say this all the time about it. He doesn't have that embarrassment gene. Most of us do. Mud doesn't.
Oh,
go ahead.
There's been a few times.
Throw it on out there.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
This is a milestone moment. Padres broadcasting. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3-run Padres lead.
I've never heard that one. The embarrassment gene.
You don't have one.
Mark Grant will say anything.
I'm telling you, Mike, you should have seen him in the locker room, in the clubhouse.
Really?
When he played.
Worse than this.
Oh, no embarrassment at all, man. He used the stuff he used to do. The stuff he used to say.
Andrew working on a new bubble.
Satin hanging in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bubble boy. Stoltz, Cashner, Casey Kelly, Tyson Ross.
Pitchers sticking together.
Dale Fair gets Satin there. 3 up, 3 down. Looking into the magic bubble. Tyson Ross making the play of the inning. Padres lead 5-2. Healthy Pets Go by Del Mar. Wednesdays are free and easy for Diamond Club members at Del Mar. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer, inviting you to test drive a luxurious Lexus automobile today. Beautiful Saturday evening. Petco Park.
Oh, nice sand sculpture out there at the beach.
Done. Wow.
That is awesome. A little chair dancing going on here in the bottom of the 6th already.
The Padres fans excited now, leading this one 5-2. Pedro Feliciano is the new Mets pitcher.
Well, pretty good numbers in the short time, only 2 2/3. Left-hander out of the bullpen. These 2 left-handers. Rice we saw yesterday, Feliciano. And for Feliciano, fastball, change, slider. Well, that fastball, guys, he really has to locate. He only tops out about 85, 86. More of the deceptive delivery from Feliciano, going way down under. Low sidearm.
Top of the Padres lineup, Venable to lead things off. He'll be followed by Amarista and then Yonder Alonso. And if you're just joining us, Will Venable, couple of hits tonight. His hitting streak now at 14 games. That's the longest active streak in the majors.
This is a good at bat. This will be a good at bat for Will because you see 14-game hit streak, 19 hits.
4 long balls, huh?
Hitting 352, and this is a good test for her because Feliciano's going to mix it up.
He'll take the bunt with him. This is going to be a very tough play and no play at all, and may make the situation worse. But Venable will just scamper back over to first base. Ike Davis, kind of a no-look pass there. Thought maybe his pitcher was a little quicker.
Well, on this play right here, if he gets it by the pitcher, it's a race between Venable and Feliciano to the bag. And once he got it by Feliciano, it was, forget it, he was going to beat it.
And here's a little base running nugget for you. Watch as Will Venable, the race is on, right? When he gets to first base, he's safe. He realizes, see how he darts that way? He's live. If they get that ball back, once you commit, it's just a little bit of a movement. If you commit to second base, safe, right there, safe, right? The ball gets by him. Roll it, Robbie. He notices it, he commits. He's hot right now. He's live. They can get that ball back, tag him, he'd be out. If you just peel off to the right, you're fine.
Here's the question: is Buddy's going out to argue that the throw, the flip from Davis rolled to the side and a fan reached over and grabbed it.
Challenge.
Does he get second base on that?
I would say yes. If a fan reaches over and touches the live ball in play, that's another base, wouldn't it be?
Normally a ball that goes in the stands from the field is another base.
That ball gets past Darno.
So it's a moot point.
But he gets there anyway.
Well, he could be on third.
That's true.
Second. And Buddy is trying to capitalize on the fact that they're putting runs on the board tonight, so he's not going to let any of them get away. He wants to continue to put runs on the board.
Pass ball from Feliciano. Padres trying to manufacture something here. Lexi 2 for 3, double, single, RBI. Lays this one down. Here's Feliciano. Fires to first. So the sacrifice. Move Venable over to third.
5-2 lead still. Yep. Playing for one run.
So Will over there at third as Carlos Torres heats up for the Mets. That 14-game hitting streak by Venable. 20 hits. 364.
Terry Collins bringing the infield in, hoping for a one-hopper or a grounder, one of those infielders. That was a good pitch to try to elevate to the outfield. A breaking ball up and in.
Again, you watch Alonso here. You tell me if he's overswinging.
Looked like he kind of overswung on that one. Just a skosh.
Just stretch your throat.
Right at the shortstop. Whoa, almost got through the wickets. And Quintanilla looked Venable back and throws out Alonso.
Now look at this swing. Now compared to the first one, watch how slow and short this one is. And yeah, I know you're frustrated because you hit the ball right on the button. Foot is on the ground. The short, compact swing. He hits the ball right on the button. And it's right at Quintanilla.
That'll be it for the lefty. So Pedro Feliciano is done for the evening. New Mets pitcher and more Padres action in a moment.
Is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Our new Mets pitcher is Carlos Torres. 21 games this season, including one last night against the Padres. 42 2/3 innings, 7 walks, 34 strikeouts.
And if you need a little refresher course on Torres, a 4-pitch pitcher, fastball, cutter, curveball, change. High 80s, mid 90s on the fastball. Doing pretty well around the plate. Only 7 free passes in those 42+ innings.
Here's Jed Jerko. And Jed is looking for his first hit this evening. 3 for 11 now in this series.
Tony, I'll bet you a dime to donuts that the majority of the pitches that Jed Jerko has seen in this series have been breaking balls.
Yeah.
Now, you start looking. You start.
Got to.
You would think, right?
He has not seen a fastball. That's his first one.
That looked like a cut fastball right there off the plate.
And that one was a cutter. Exactly. I think every time he's come up to the plate tonight, he's had guys on base.
That is true. Got to be tough not to press when you're. I don't care if you've had success in the minor leagues, right? Different level, different expectations.
This is the big leagues. We all put so much stock in how good the players are in this league, but some of the things about this league don't change. And he's been up 3 times tonight. He's seen nothing but off-speed stuff. And at some point, that has to register, and you got to make an adjustment. Okay, they're not going to throw me a fastball. I'm going to have to hit something off speed.
Well, Colt Hines, the lefty, and Nick Vincent, the righty, up at the Padre pen.
3-1. And Torres fires a strike. Hey, just a quick note. That fan who picked up the ball after the Venable bunt single, we're told from our investigative reporting team in the truck, he's been escorted out.
Really?
Apparently, we've got the video to prove it.
Yeah, this is a live ball.
Gotta go.
Sorry.
Evening over.
Take a hike.
Not supposed to reach into the field as well.
That's right.
3 empty seats.
Fair ball.
And the 2 innocents with him. One goes, we all go.
Accessories. They encouraged them to go down and get that baseball.
A crime with accomplices. Full count, 2 outs, and Will Venable now at third base. Padres look to add on.
He's trying to go that way.
He got his fastball right there. It was down, it was away.
That ball is hit well to left field. Eric Young back ahead of the track, and he will retire Jerko. Jerko 0 for 4 now, but the Padres holding on to a 5-2 lead.
Mark Sweeney, we're getting you ready for Padres Live, the post-game show. And how about Nick Hundley, a new father, and he hits a 2-run shot for his daughter.
What a feeling, Laura, and what an outstanding swing by Nick Hundley. He started with the first at-bat single and then the big home run for his daughter and his wife. What a moment for Nick.
Absolutely fantastic for the Hundley family. We'll talk more about that when we see you after the final out. And also, we've got to show you the inside corner. This was a battle of the Marks. Mark Sweeney against Mark Grant. I don't know who won yet.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, he thinks he won, Mark Grant, but we will tell you the results on the post-game show, so make sure you stay tuned, guys.
And Laura, Mark, thanks. You know what's funny about that inside corner?
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you guys do a wonderful job, but wow, you garner and curry so much favor. You win, what, 90% of the time at least.
Come on.
Don't you think?
I don't keep track of that, Mike.
Sure you do.
I
see
just
the
take a
score
day
sheet
at a
right
time.
in front of you. I like the way you broke out the snorkel and the mask today.
Yeah, because Sweeney was going down. He needed that.
New Padre pitcher, it's Nick Vincent. Face the top of the Mets lineup, Eric Young Jr., Daniel Murphy, Marlon Byrd. Top of the 7th.
Hey, this is where the bullpen's got to get nasty, get tough. Nick Vincent has had a fine year out of the bullpen. Last time out for Nick was on Thursday. Trying to
The old mask and snorkel bit. You didn't intimidate Sweeney, though. He held his ground.
I can't intimidate him. He's too good.
That is a lot of fun. It is always. It's all about the fans, and we thank everybody at home for voting. Going to Twitter. Hashtag Grant or hashtag Sweeney. Leadoff man aboard for the Mets here in the 7th. Eric Young draws a walk. Mark, what is about Nick Vincent? You think that's made him so effective?
He's not scared to throw strikes. He throws good strikes, but not a good sign when the manager takes off his hat, right? And scratches the head.
4-pitch walk.
4-pitch walk on Nick Vincent. But he's aggressive. He throws good strikes, except for that at bat there. He's not afraid to pound the zone.
A couple of left-handed hitters against him, and it's interesting because against lefties, Nick's not as effective. Righties hit $107 off of him. Lefties 333.
And Mike and Tony, before this game, before this outing, 28 in the 3rd innings pitched for Nick. 5 walks. You know, it's pretty good.
Absolutely.
Well, it just happens that the guy you walk has got 24 stolen bases.
Yep. And it's the top of the order.
And it's the top of the order. And he's thrown 6 straight balls.
This is where you get on the phone and get somebody up.
And, you know, we've illustrated the trouble they had putting runs on the board.
Daniel Murphy, Mets hitter, 1 for 3. Single with an RBI in the 3rd. Colt Hines will stir in the Padre pen. Two 2-0 with a speedy Young at first. And Vincent pours over a strike.
Okay, we mentioned this many times before. We've talked about it. All it takes is 1 pitch, right? 6 balls. There's a strike. 1 pitch. Grounder. Double play.
You're breathing easy again.
Right back in the count. Gets the firm head nod there from Nick Hundley. Like, attaboy. We keep throwing.
We had that picture of Buddy Black when he took his hat off. See all that gray?
Oh, yeah.
When he took this job, his hair wasn't gray.
I remember.
When you get this job, that's what happens.
Two. Lifted behind the bag. Forsythe looks it into the seats. Buddy's got some tools left in the toolbox.
Well, he's 2 moves ahead. He's already thinking, okay, if we get this guy out.
Like Davis for the lefty Hines.
Get Mike Davis coming up. Marlon Byrd. If we can get a ground ball here, I can sit down and relax this. Nobody will be on. Get a double play.
Here's the 2-2 to Murphy. And he gets it. Nice pitch, Nick Vincent. Battles back in the count. And puts Murphy away.
Well, that's an adjustment for Nick Vincent. That's the slider. He throws the cutter and the slider down by the back foot. Up on top. Turn that handle, the doorknob. Great rotation for the strikeout.
14 games at home. Vincent has only allowed 1 earned run in 14 2/3 innings. Striking out 15. Here's Marlon Byrd. We've seen how dangerous he can be. 4 for 11 now in the series with a home run. But he's got a couple of strikeouts tonight. Be a 2-ball or another whiff if Vincent can coax it.
Great catch by that gentleman.
Ball, strike, and an out. Young back. Sounds like that bat is done. Forsythe will retire Bird. Fans get a brand new Padres cap Saturday, August 24th, when your Padres take on the Chicago Cubs at 5:40. The first 25,000 fans going to take home a new Padres ball cap presented by State Farm. So go get your tickets today. Padres.com.
Nice.
It's a good looking lid.
Sharp.
San Diego, of course, the San Diego blue, and then on the back, our friend from State Farm and the Padre logo. So word around town, show your Padre pride.
Like the Rays lettering.
I do too. That's embroidered. That's nice. Feel that. That's nice. Is that quality?
Yeah.
It's quality with a capital K.
Oh, boy. Ike Davis. There goes Young. Hundley does not get him.
You better be sure you can get there. Oh, he did catch him.
Dropped it, yeah. Never had it.
Still 2 outs. Going to take a hit to score him. Davis single and an RBI in the 5th. 1 for 3. And again, Vincent battles back. 2-1.
Well, Logan Forsythe, that third base, way off the line. With the left-handed hitter up there. Infield playing him the pull.
$36,974 on hand tonight at Petco on a gorgeous Saturday. Padres leading. Vincent continues to be a Bulldog. 3-2. Bouncer Alonso says he'll take it himself, and he does. So Vincent wriggles himself out of trouble. The Padres lead by 3.
Padres Weekly coming your way Monday night. We caught up with the Eastlake Little League team as they punched their ticket to the Little League World Series. Plus, Dave Roberts gives one Friar fans an experience of a lifetime. You won't want to miss that story. And 3 local high school San Diego studs doing their thing at Petco Park this week. We also caught up with them and got to sit down again Monday night. All new episode of Padres Weekly. Guys, you won't want to miss that one.
We won't. In fact, we'll be sure to DVR it as well. Kristen Orfia, Logan Forsythe against Carlos Torres, bottom of the 7th inning. Padres got the scoring started with a run in the first. Mets would answer with 1 in the 3rd. Padres would tack on 3 in the 4th. Mets pick one up in the top of the 5th. Padres answer, 1 in the bottom. And 5-2 is where we are now. Mark Grant, Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn, Mike Pomeranz with you tonight, along with Kelly Kroll. Bouncing ball, Quintanilla can't glove it. And Denorfia is aboard. Infield single. Second hit for Chris.
He could be 4 for 4 tonight.
That's the weakest ball he's hit.
Absolutely. I know. Single to right field in the first, scalded the ball to short in the 3rd, the line drive to right in the 5th, and then that infield single for Chris.
Logan Forsythe has a couple of hits, a couple of runs scored this evening. Takes strike 1. Oh, good to see Logan's bat perk up a little bit tonight, Tony.
Yeah, give Chase Headley a night off tonight. Give Logan a chance to get 4 at bats. He's made the most of it. Got a couple of knocks, a couple of runs scored. Twelve hits tonight for the Padres.
Good rip. You know, we've seen Logan now for a little while, and still, though, it's easy to forget. He's still a young player. Still confidence, a big issue for every young guy. And he's got such a great skill set, played so well defensively. Talk about that hitting and confidence, and they kind of go hand in hand.
They do.
Yeah, prior to this year, swipe tag close at first. Prior to this year, guys, Logan Forsythe only 465 at bats in the big leagues.
A little nicked up with injuries. I'm sure he had a lot more. Injury bug hadn't bitten him. Glad to have him back, though. Does so many things. Another one kicks away from Darno. The Northfield press. Making the rookie think a little bit back
like
there.
That. He made Darno stop it.
That one just crept up the heel of the glove there.
That ball gets away, and you're looking at the runner. Look at strong turnaround second. Plants, gets back.
A wild pitch there. Darno's using every piece of equipment they'd issue him. Shin guard, chest protector, mask. Two balls, two strikes. From an Arkansas Razorback.
How old is Logan?
26.
26.
Young hitters out there watching, Tony, what's the key to getting that fastball, being able to hit that fastball, especially the inside one?
The key to hitting any pitch is getting in position. And when you get in position, that means you load your hands, you set your front foot on the ground, and your body's in a balanced position. So all you have left is to swing the knob of a bat, and the barrel will follow. And guys sometimes get caught up with velocity.
Quintanilla on the run. He'll get Forsythe. One down, and DeNorfia will have to hold at second. Another good pitching matchup for you tomorrow when we see you at 12:30 for Padres Live. The pregame show, it'll be the left-hander Eric Stultz against the ace of the New York Mets staff, Matt Harvey, starter in the All-Star game. He is 9-4 with an ERA of 2.23. Stultz and Harvey, the fourth and final game of the series. Here's Jeff Decker. The Padres have their young arms coming up and developing now, and Tyson Ross and Andrew Kashner. Others looking for spots in the rotation. New big arms in baseball. Matt Harvey, Zach Wheeler.
Looking forward to seeing Harvey work tomorrow. I haven't seen him live. I've seen him on TV.
Maybe he'll call in sick. 1-1.
That's the thing about playing in the big leagues. You're going to see pretty quality stuff every night. So it doesn't make much sense trying to duck guys. You just, hey, go out there and battle. Try to figure out what works.
1-2 on the way. Long toss, Flores. And that'll get Decker, and DeNorfia remains at second base. You know, I've heard stories, I don't know if they're true, you guys would know, where you do see a guy coming in there, maybe a Randy Johnson schedule, and all of a sudden a guy comes up with a sore leg.
Johnsonitis.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ryanitis.
Yeah.
Seen it.
You're used to seeing good stuff every night, but then there's some guy who's a little bit above the others.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they want to accept that challenge, huh?
It's sometimes. That's how I got in the starting lineup, really. And we were in St. Louis in 1982. And I'd been called up struggling, like most young guys. And we go into St. Louis, and Joaquin Andujar's pitching. And so, whenever you play, the Latin guys kind of get together, and Joaquin Andujar and Sixto Lozano were talking behind the cage, and the next thing I know, they're throwing blows at each other. And Andujar tells Sixto, "Hey, you come up, I'm going to drill you right in the head." And Sixto went into the locker room and said, "They got to hand me. They got to have me today." And Dick Williams, who saw the incident, said, "Okay, just told me you're in right field today."
End of story.
Pretty much was in right field for a long time.
Oh, wow. A great story.
So I've seen it happen plenty times.
0-2 to Nick Hundley. Has himself a single and a home run tonight. Mark Kotze waits on deck. Should Nick be able to get on? And a big night for Nick Hundley. Not as big as his night a couple days ago, though, when he had the birth of his first child and his lovely wife, Amy. Little daughter, Allison.
It's funny, you'd think that was a big night until the other night. Now you know.
Welcome to perspective.
Exactly.
Firmly to second. Daniel Murphy gobbles it up. And that'll do it for the Padres in the seventh. Mets coming up, top of 8. Padres lead by 3. 5-2. Padres leading the Mets here in the third game of this 4-game set. Chance at a win tonight and then a chance to split the series with another W tomorrow. Day baseball. Eric Stoltz against Matt Harvey. Luke Gregerson, the new pitcher for the Padres this evening. Luke last threw a couple of days ago against the Mets. 2/3 of an inning, a hit, a couple of runs.
Well, the last 6 outs for the Padres here in the 8th. It'll be Luke Gregerson, and pretty good numbers for Luke. Been throwing more changeups lately. Remember, starting in Cincinnati, we saw that at-bat against Joey Votto. Nice changeups. Last time out for Luke, we saw some changeups as well. That was on the first night of the series and Thursday against the Mets. 2/3 of an inning, couple runs, couple wide. That's when he hit Mike Baxter, correct?
That's right. It'll be Wilmer Flores, Travis d'Arnaud, and Juan Lagares scheduled for Terry Collins' Mets. And Gregerson quickly ahead of Flores with a strike. Flores had a double in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. I know you were a starting pitcher, Mark, but I do think that that's one of the things about being a reliever that some of the guys at your level enjoy, and that is if you have a rough outing, you're going to get back in there. You don't have to stew on it for a few days before your next start.
Absolutely, because as a starter, if you really give it up and you only go 2+ innings, which happened quite a bit, you want to get right back out there, but you got 4 days to stew and think about it, and that was the worst. As a reliever, I liked putting on the spikes and going out to the bullpen, knowing that, I could face a hitter today. I could go 3 innings in middle relief. They might only need me for 1 inning. I'll tell you, it keeps your head in the ball game a little bit more, too.
Oh, I bet. Kind of keeps the social life in check, too.
Sure.
Right? Never know when you're going to get called on. Hitters, you regulars, Tony, you guys are every day you've got to be ready to work.
Well, 0 for 4s were easy to shake off because you knew you'd be in there the next day. But
these young players learning it on the job. As Tony, you talked about before, because you mentioned yesterday when you went your 0 for 19 skid, you had already put a lot of years in the game, and it was still hard to stomach.
Well, yeah, imagine these guys coming to the ballpark, both sides. Coming to the ballpark, only a couple of guys probably know every day they're going to be in the lineup. So the first thing you do is you come through the door, you look at the lineup card and see if there's a lineup up, whether or not you're in the lineup.
Right.
Nice pitch. Luke Gregerson gets Wilmer Flores looking.
That's the front door slider on the inside part of the plate. Locks him up. Slider grip inside the glove of Gregerson. Yeah.
Flores, 22 years old, just 8 games in the big leagues. Probably haven't seen too many sliders like that.
Nope. Not too many hitters expect that slider on the inside part of the plate from a righty.
Making his major league debut, here's Travis d'Arnaud. He got the start tonight because John Buck is a father again. He's on paternity leave. d'Arnaud called in from AAA in Vegas.
I suspect this kid d'Arnaud is going to get a lot of advance here coming down the stretch because they really want to find out whether or not he can play at this level. All the reports are glowing about this guy, great defender, works with the pitchers well. We've seen him frame a couple of pitches already.
Big swing, big miss.
That's the difference. Usually in A-ball, AA, AAA, 2-0, you might get a cookie. Big leagues, you could get, change-ups, sliders, split fingers.
You saw it right there.
You don't have to come in and give you that pitch to hit. Wow. Good. So again, imagine coming to the park, you see your names in the lineup. And now you've got to try to, as a young guy, you got to try to figure out Luke Gregerson, who you've never seen before. Okay, let me go up here and see what I can do against him.
Love that cat and mouse and hitters, pitchers do it all the time. Everybody making adjustments, processing all this information.
Yep.
Pitch by pitch.
Some guys are really good at it. Some guys aren't.
So Darno works a walk from Gregerson. Let's check in again with Kelly Crawl. Kelly?
Well, guys, an interesting connection with Travis d'Arnaud. Sean O'Sullivan, of course, relieving for the Padres, actually played with him in AAA with the Blue Jays organization. And he said it was his first, Travis's, that is, his first game of catching. And Sean said it was the game after that he blew out his knee, but he thought he was such a great catcher. He said, I was so bummed out. The guy did such a great job. He's a great person, and he really was, sad to see him go through that injury. But, hey, he's back up in the bigs now and said it's good for a nice guy like that.
Yeah, he's been nicked up a little bit. Had that foot injury this year. And as we'd mentioned, key piece of that R.A. Dickey trade with the Blue Jays.
Yeah, last year he didn't play past June 25th because of that knee injury.
Another young player, Juan Lagares. A couple of hits tonight in 3 trips. Lagares spending last year in Double-A, entire season. Now in the big leagues. Gregerson induces the pop-up. Long. High fly ball. Jerko corrals it. 2 down. And here comes the shortstop, Omar Quintanilla. I'd imagine as a manager, requires the utmost patience. Padres go through it. Buddy Black, other managers. Got to produce at this level, but still there's a level of development, I would imagine, especially with these young guys.
Yep. So sometimes you got to kick them in the butt. Sometimes you got to pat them on the back. Put your arm around them and tell them, hey, it's going to be all right. Keep working hard. But Buddy's I think he's the perfect guy for this group. Because I call Buddy shifty. He's shifty. He doesn't give you straight answers a lot of times. You kind of have to read between the lines sometimes. Good managers, I think, make you think. They make you.
Hey, I've talked to Buddy a few times, and he's told me he's brought guys in his office and he's read them the riot act.
Oh yeah.
I mean, no candy coating it. He's lit them up.
But you guys have both played for several managers, and there's got to be a tremendous amount of respect for a guy like Buddy who says, you know, I'll do that behind closed doors, but I won't embarrass my guys in front of the media, the public.
Right.
And there are managers who will do that.
Dick Williams.
Yeah, you can lose a clubhouse, I'd imagine, in a hurry. Not naming any names, are you?
Dick Williams. Dick Williams did not care. He would talk about you in the paper, in front of the group.
And Gregerson gets Quintanilla. He'll strike out 2 in the inning. Padres lead 5-2. anybody else. Nick Hundley. Single. Big 2-run home run. 10th home run of the season, his new career high. Oh, and by the way, he's a new dad. Congratulations, Nick Hundley, the Carl's Jr. star of the game. Padres lead 5-2. We're at the bottom of the 8th. And Carlos Torres remains on the mound for New York. Mark Kotsay will lead off for the Padres. Padres with 5 runs on 12 hits. The Mets 2 runs on 7 hits. Mark hitting at the bottom of the order. It'll be Will Venable to follow. And Alexi Amarista is Houston Street. Gets loose in the Padres pen. Mark, Tony, and Mike with you. Laura McKeeman and Mark Sweeney working on Padres Live, the post-game show. Tomorrow, the 4th and final game of the series. Padres Live, 12:30. Eric Stultz against Matt Harvey. And the Pirates come to town. 3 games, off day, and the Cubbies. 10-game homestand for the Padres, the longest of the season.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. Especially in August.
Kotsay out to left field. E.Y. Jr. 1 down. And then our dear friend and producer Jason Lewis has put together another fantastic special for you. It's a baseball language show. It'll be Monday against the Pirates, 6:30 p.m. for Padres Live. We're going to explore the wide vocabulary of baseball. All of the vernacular that you have heard over the years explained, described, parsed, and detailed. That's Monday, Padres Pirates, 6:30. Here's Will Venable.
Yeah, there's a yacker right there by Torres. Yacker, right? Also known as a curveball.
There you go. Baseball terminology.
Uncle Charlie.
Explain them all. Hammer. Hit a good curveball.
It's all right.
What do you mean all right? He almost spun, was it Howard Johnson? The Mets into the ground. I've seen that piece of tape. Bet our guys in the truck have it. Venable.
Wow.
Another hit. 4th tonight. 14-game hitting streak.
Came into the game tonight hitting 256. Four knocks. That's nice right there. Backed it up. Nice fluid swing.
He's 6 for 14 now in the series. Uh-oh. Got him leaning, but Will gets back. Venable now hitting 375 during that 14-game hitting streak. Thanks to Mike Trussell, our statistician.
Hey, speaking of hit 375, it just occurred to me 380 into my mind. Remember Keith Hernandez was over in our booth, we were talking, Tony? What year was it where he said the year he finally felt comfortable with the big, he had 2 months where he hit 380 back to back?
Yeah.
It's a couple of good months right there.
Yeah.
Well, listening to you and Keith, Tony, talk hitting.
Isn't that awesome? It's great.
You know what fascinated me, I think it was Keith? The way, you talk about all the information that hitters currently get, reports and video and the like. And you guys talk about just simplifying
Yeah.
it.
I mean, he said he learned a lot from Lou Brock. And I learned a lot from just watching and people like Roger Rue and Pete Rose and just asking questions, just being nosy. And for both of us, we just kind of figured out, hey, simpler works better for us.
If I had to do it all over again, you know what I would do? I would talk more to the hitters. Pitchers hung together. Hey, how are you going to hit this? How are you going to get this guy out? Oh, really? How did you get him out last time? with this pitch. Hey, well, I think this time I'm going to go after this. I'm going to look at some tape, see what he does. I want to get, as a pitcher now, I want to get inside the head of Tony Gwynn. I want to get inside the head of Keith Hernandez. See what they're thinking.
That's an interesting process, all of the way that you guys at the major league level are able to acquire the information, how you use it, and how you are able to put it aside and still play to your strengths. When you get so saturated, I guess you reach a point where you say, you know what, all this is well and good, but sometimes see ball, hit ball. Right. Sometimes, hey, I throw 95 on the black should be good enough. Eric Young. Maurice to the second out.
Tony, did pitchers talk to you? Did some come up and maybe a time?
Later on in my career, early on, you know, I came up in an environment where guys really didn't want to share information. You know, veteran guys looked at us younger guys, people trying to take their jobs. So a lot of time the information they weren't willing to share the information.
Sure.
So, you know, luckily, you know, you get a chance to talk to Steve Garvey every day, Gary Templeton, Kurt Lavacqua, you know, experienced guys who kind of had a clue as to what they were doing. And, you know, Kurt was here last night. It's funny because we were doing a little event last week, and we're sitting down, we're talking about hitting. And you know how crazy Kurt is.
Sure.
But he understood who he was and what he needed to do to be successful. And so, you know, you sit around and listen to these guys have these conversations while they're playing cards.
Nice rip, Yonder Alonso, straight back up the middle. And Venable has to stop at second base. That ball got out to Juan Lagares in a hurry. It's Yonder's first hit tonight.
I'll use Yonder as an example. He likes to hear information. He wants to know what you think. What do you see when you're watching? And that he did. He hit the ball in the screws the last time up. I hit a one-hopper to the shortstop. This time it goes up the middle for a base hit. And when you continue to take that kind of stroke, you're gonna have some success.
Here's Jed Jerko.
Oh, that was the one pitch where he could drive to right center field. That slider right there, that break or cut fastball rather, really didn't take another look at it. That's elevated on contact. That's upper thigh, outer half. Looks like by that swing, Tony had the right idea.
Jerko and Decker, the only two in the starting 8 without a hit tonight. Let's see if Jed can change that fortune here.
But did you throw a cutter?
You know what? I experimented with it.
Did you?
And 86'd it. Didn't feel comfortable throwing it. Tried to do too much with it, and that's the key with the cutter. You can't try to do too much with it.
Here's the 0-2.
Because when you throw a cutter, okay, it moves a little bit, right? That's the intent on the same plane. And natural human instinct is, okay, well, I want to make it better. And then you start working around it maybe, and it just doesn't.
Flattens out, stays straight. Yep.
So I basically sinker, slide, four-seamer, sinker, curveball, slider, changeup.
I know in our day, if a guy had one, it was usually a good pitch if he could command it because guys just couldn't pull the trigger. But today's game, you see so many of them, I think guys have kind of figured out that they could go ahead and take a whack at it.
I imagine it's tough, too, to try to throw a cutter when you already throw a slider.
Yeah, there's a fine line there. Yeah, you're right.
Just that muscle memory and having it separated is pretty tough. So Jerko's hanging in there 0-2 with 2 out, 2 on.
For some guys, yes, but a kid who can do it successfully, has shown it, is Nick Vincent. He throws both.
Special talent, able to do that.
I'll tell you what, in today's game, if you can throw that inside cutter, you're a right-hand pitcher and you can throw the one like Mariano, who can start it at the hitter and then cut it right over. That's the one you don't see as much. You see the cutter going away from you.
Right.
You don't see the one that's coming right at you. That's why.
And Jed Jerko deep to left. And that ball is gone. So Jed's first hit tonight is a 3-run bomb.
And that's why you don't see it as often, because if you make a mistake in the middle of the plate, that's usually what happens. And so the pitchers don't want to mess around with it on the inner half. Look at Hans. Great position right there. Kind of spins a little bit on that front foot, but that's a hanging run on the inner half, and boy, he knew he got it.
13th home run of the year for Jerko. We heard about the power down in the minor leagues. He had 20 between AA and AAA last season. And you always wonder if it'll translate up to the big league level, but that's home run number 13 for Jed. And here's Chris Denorfia. Padres now lead 8-2. See Houston Street, a little work in. Certainly not a save situation, but see what Buddy Black has in mind.
The last time he was out there was on the 13th of August. That was in Colorado 4 days ago. So an inning of work with the lead.
Quintanilla on the run. And they'll get Denorfia to end the 8th. But Jed Jerko, the rookie, a 3-run drive. Padres lead 8-2. Mejia had a decent start to his evening, but then left the game with an apparent arm injury. David Artsma would give up the long ball to new father Nick Hundley. 2-run shot. Alexi Amarista would contribute as well in the 4th. His RBI single. And the Padres offense would wake up. Bottom of the 8th. 3-run shot. Jed Jerko. And that is where we stand. Padres 8, Mets 2. Top of the 9th inning. And Houston Street is the new Padres pitcher, but Will Venable not so quietly having himself a very nice night. Extends his hitting streak to 14 games. He has 4 hits tonight. Jerko and Hundley, the home run hitters of the evening. Good to see a little offense.
Yes.
Yes, sirree. A little breathing room here for Houston Street. We mentioned it just last half inning. Last time out was against Colorado on the 13th, so he's got some rest, an inning of work here. No save situation here. Boy, the last 11, 12 times out for Houston Street, he has been money.
He'll face Mike Baxter, pinch hitter, former Padre. Lead off the top of the ninth. Baxter's numbers there in 56 games. One of the many outfielders Terry Collins has been checking out to see if he can get any continuity out there. And he'll lift this pitch behind shortstop position. It's Sam Marista in the grass, one down.
I love poetry and a glass of scotch, and of course, my friend Baxter.
He is a gift to both of us, isn't he, Tony?
Hey, Anchorman 2's coming out soon, I guess.
You don't need to see it.
No, you
need to let that one go. This second one, let it go.
Really? Have you seen it?
No, I'm saying you don't need to see it.
Oh, you don't think he'll run it into the floor, do you,
my
Tony?
Goodness. My goodness.
Eric Young Jr. into right field. Diving play. Chris Denorfia. Wow. What a catch. Scrapes it off the turf for the second out of the inning.
He sold out on this one early, too. It's a great play right there.
And you know, a play like that, Tony, always concerns me because the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder.
Exactly.
If you catch it and don't tuck in time and roll. Nice play by Chris Denorfia.
Tell you what, the fans, you can hear them really appreciate that effort. Look, you're up 8-2. You could pull up, but he goes after it. With 2 outs, his ball is lifted to center field. Venable coming in, and it's Amarista on the slide. What defense here by the Padres to go along with a ton of San Diego offense. 8-2 Padres over the Mets. Let's check out what's coming up on Padres Live, the postgame show with Laura McKeeman. Laura.
All right, well, thank you.